Hello everyone. Oh, that's interesting. So, everyone, today is a special day. I mean, this next match is gonna be special because this is gonna be the very last match in the regular season. And actually, still has stakes. I'm very happy to say that, but this match still has stakes. This is not just for nothing, because basically, whoever wins here gets first. I think mathematically as well. Okay, let me just check it very quickly. I'm fairly certain, like, mathematically as well, whoever wins here gets first. Yeah, just 1 second, I'm gonna... Let me just pause this. Okay, let me just... Oh, do I even have my laptop? Where's my cable for my laptop? What have I done here last... What? Oh my god, what have I done here last night? It's a whole mess here. What? Okay, there you go. I need my laptop plugged in. LCP... No, not LCO, LCP. 1 second. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, where is my... So this is how we look. So this is how the games look like right now. Whoever wins here... Okay, right now, Vikings and TLN both has +8 game victory. And that's the same for CFO. However, CFO has just won against Chiefs. So basically, the situation is, whoever wins here, even 2-1, even 2-0, it doesn't matter. Whoever wins is going to have a better game score than CFO, and they're going to get the bye, and they're going to get first place. But whoever loses here is actually not gonna be in the bye. That means they're not gonna start in the double elimination part. They have to play one single elimination match, but they can choose their opponent, which is... They would probably be choosing SAG. They would probably be choosing SAG. So whoever loses here is likely gonna be playing against SAG. But whoever wins here is gonna get the first place and also gonna get the bye, so they start into the double elimination part of the playoffs. So that's how it looks like right now. As the team's getting ready, and just in general, it feels like these two teams, yeah. And just in general, I feel like both teams have a chance to be the actual best team. Coming into the season, I think most people, I mean, literally every single co-streamer, there was like a poll, but every single co-streamer, including myself, we were predicting TLN to be first. I mean, just look at the names. Like, so many of these players have played in the LCP. So many of these players have played in the LPL as well. Just looking at this team, I was like, yeah, there is no way this team is not first. And they have struggled. Definitely, TLN has been kind of struggling, I'd say. On the other hand, there's the Vikings, who I think most people were like maybe 5th place, 6th place. Definitely, most people would have put the just like below the partner teams. Maybe they can, like, you know, take one partner team out, but most people were expecting them to be like 5th, 6th. And oh boy, everyone was wrong. Vikings are the biggest surprise to me, at least, and I think for most people. These guys have been just stomping through the competition. They have only lost 1 game so far. That was to CFO, like, the very first day. And that was also pretty close, and again, just first day and everything. It feels like this team, yeah. So, what is the ceiling of this team? If they win here, they can actually get first place. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. So, So I just cannot wait to see what's gonna be happening on the Rift. Hopefully it's gonna be 3 intense games today, because this is the last match of the regular season, and we're gonna enter playoffs right after. It's like on Tuesday, literally in 2 days, playoffs starting, so there is not gonna be any time to rest. But whoever gets first here, but whoever wins here and gonna get the bye, they're gonna have like a few days to rest. So if you win here, you're gonna be able to rest. Together with rest, because CFO has already made it to the bye. CFO has logged in 2nd place, by the way, already, so it's a weird situation. Whoever wins here is getting first. CFO is already logged in 2nd, and whoever loses here is gonna get 3rd, and they're not gonna be in the bye. That's very important. Good morning, good morning. Morning, everyone. Unfortunately, I missed the first game. I'm gonna be honest, I tried to wake up for the first game, and I was like, oh. I went to sleep at like 4 a.m. I was really not feeling it. So I was like, I cannot. I physically cannot wake up for this first game. And also it was like pretty obvious that CFO would be winning, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be sleeping a little more and then just watch this game with my beautiful, well-slept brain. But I still need some caffeine. I still will need some caffeine, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some caffeine. I talked a lot about TLN and Vikings, so alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some coffee, and then we can talk even more about them. We're gonna be starting with a 1v1. Or is it already starting? No, they're still on the stage. Right? I'll be right back. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I also checked on my 3D printer. Man, I'm trying to print. I'm trying to print like the hex score. You know, like the corrupted hex score from Arcane. I'm trying to print that one, but it's like, whew, not easy. This is like the 5th try that I'm trying to print it out now. Every single time there's something going wrong. It's really not easy. Also, I forgot to tweet about this match. Let me do that very quickly. Okay. Seems like the 1v1 is gonna be Ash versus probably Shogun. I'm always forgetting what is the assignment. I think like it's like starting here with top, going there to the support, and then it's like starting there with top and like brrr, support. I feel like that's how it's working, right? Battle for the first. That's gonna be the. Also, once again, after this match, I'm probably gonna be streaming some Korean solo queue. just like yesterday. Probably gonna be streaming some Korean solo queue. So that's gonna be pretty fun to watch as well. Check out what's happening before the playoff starts. Okay, battle for the first. Whoever wins here will lock in the first place. I get the bye to playoffs. The 1v1s are gonna be Aji versus the one and only Shogun. The last ever 1v1. Okay, not the last ever, but definitely for now. For the season kickoff. The last ever 1v1. I'm getting emotional thinking about all the last things. There's gonna be still a whole week. Like next week is gonna be insane. Like games almost every single day. But in terms of the regular season, this is gonna be the last match. Whoever wins here will lock in first is get the bye to playoffs. Whoever loses will only get third and has to start in round 1. Live. We are live. We're gonna be seeing the picks very soon. And for the last 1v1 in this season kickoff, it's gonna be Aji's Ambessa versus Shogun's Cassiopeia. Alright, I feel like it's a bit unfair. A top laner picking the Ambessa versus a bot laner's Cassiopeia. So I guess like the bot lane Cassio was the thing at one point, right? Okay. Twitch TV and also this YouTube link. I'm very close to just sharing everything. Bum. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, I needed a little time to like set everything up. Once again, I was trying to wake up earlier. I literally couldn't. I was incredibly just knocked out. I went to sleep at like 4 AM. I felt like I'm dying. But nonetheless, everyone, welcome to our very last 1v1 in the regular season. We're probably gonna have more 1v1s in like the next split. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure in like the playoffs we're not gonna have them. Welcome everyone to the very last 1v1 of the season kickoff. Ambessa versus Cassiopeia. I'm kind of giving this match to Ambessa because that's like the top laner play. Because that's Aji, a top laner playing Ambessa, versus Shogun, a bot laner playing Cassiopeia. For that simple fact. I mean, I don't know, there was like one time when Cassio bot lane was OP, I think. Wasn't this like the time when like the funnel meta or so? Oh, I'm kind of losing my mind here. Was it the funnel meta? Oh, I don't remember. I don't necessarily remember, but I think there was one time. I do think so. I mean, so far, Aji has been doing quite well. It's getting quite hot here. Oh, so far, yep, I mean, Aji just going in. That was not too hard, I feel like. Again, I mean, Ambessa is just pretty strong in these situations and didn't even have to use the ultimate, not even a shield. Oh, yeah, it feels like this is a little one-sided. Poor Shogun. Poor Shogun. Yeah. I'm not sure if there was any bottling champions available for Vikings anymore. But poor Shogun, this is not necessarily a fair fight here. Playing against Aegis and Bessa. I mean, this guy might be just picking Bessa anyways in the next game. So we'll see. Oh, look, there it is. I mean, ultimate coming out from Bessa. Is it just like going in one more shot? Yeah. That was a very quick one. Not the fastest for me when I've seen, but that was quite fast. Shogun is just laughing. I mean, GG's. Yep, TLN is probably gonna pick... Oops. Yeah, GG's. TLN is gonna probably pick blue side. I'd be surprised if they are. I would be surprised if they don't. And with all that being said, let's see what happens now. Okay, 1v1. We are done with the last 1v1 for the regular season. And the last match incoming as well. Very sentimental. Very sentimental in a lot of ways. A lot of loss. A lot of loss today. Also, Limas has just announced that he's going to be retiring. I think like after the split, they were already eliminated. So he said that after the split, he's going to be retiring. Alright. What should I put on the TV? I don't even... My iPad is probably not even charged up. Okay, let me see. This match is gonna be for the first place. It warrants some celebration. Should I put on some celebratory video? Let me see what I can find. Alright, is my iPad even... Okay, 26%. That's gonna last like hopefully 2 hours. Alright. Do you guys even see the firework? Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. Here's some fireworks for you. As this is gonna be the last regular season match. And whoever wins here locks in first place. So it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate all that's behind us. And even this match. Hopefully it's gonna be a banger. Everyone, the players are getting ready. There you go. The players are getting ready now. And our very last match. Also, I mean, okay, the playoffs are gonna be starting with BO3s. So the single elimination part is gonna be BO3. Then round 2 is also gonna be BO3. And as far as I know, starting round 3 and the finals are gonna be BO5s. So we're only gonna be having like 3 BO5s in the playoffs, which is like, I I kind of wish we had more BO5s. Because I feel like BO3 Fearless is kind of fake. It's really... BO3 Fearless is really nothing special. Like, I haven't really seen even Games 3 use any, like, super special pick. Game 5s, though. Like, a BO5 Game 5s. Those can get quite crazy. So, I'm hoping to see some of that. We only gonna have 3. But still, I'm hoping we're gonna be seeing at least some BO5s, like some Game 5s. That's all I'm hoping for, some 5-game series when it comes to playoffs. So getting into the game. Karsa with his $5 million watch. I'm not sure if that's how it costs, but there's a meme that Karsa's watch is like costing more than the entire team's salary. He likes to buy watches. Well, let me check. Check Twitter if there is anything happening. Also, LTA has just started. So there's that one as well. LTA just started. The cross regional. I haven't really watched it, honestly. Apparently it was like kind of boring. I'm a bit checking out today. It's now the very last game of the regular season. We are in playoffs. Well, no, not playoffs. We are in draft. A lot of top lane bans against Kratos. So far, bans are completely normal. I'm not sure. Probably the Skarner ban also be coming up. And and there is no ban? Oh. And there is oh, no, Nocturne, alright. It's gonna be the Skarner first pick for Karsa. Skarner has been kinda nerfed, but like he's still quite strong, and Karsa loving the Skarner. And it seems like game 1 he is gonna be locking it in. Now, the Vikings, how are you gonna be responding to that? You definitely did some frontline. And also I feel like the Ezreal is like the best champion into Skarner. The Corki, I'm not sure about that. I mean, still could be a mid lane Corki. I think Shogun's Ezreal would be the best choice here, but no, they'll just go for some poke with the Jace picked up by for Kratos. I'm gonna be honest, everyone. I'm kinda rooting for Vikings here. Throughout these 4 weeks, Vikings have become one of my favorite teams in the LCP. They're just so incredibly fun to watch. They also just overcome, like, also they did much better, I think, than how people were expecting them to do. So I really hope for them the best. But even if they get to the round 1, but even if they go, I can't talk, man. How to say this, like the first round. But even if they don't get the bye, I feel like that the first match for them is not gonna be that hard. They have beaten every single team except for CFO in this league, and CFO is already in the bye, so I feel like no matter who wins here, the other one is not gonna have the hardest time in the first round. But nonetheless, Viking bringing in here the fire. Literally, they're gonna be picking up the brand. Goodies brand. I mean, this is a champion that we actually have been seeing in solo queue. Like here and there, I did see junglers playing brand. Especially at the start of the season. He was really popular in like Champs queue and all those places. But I feel like no one really picked it up on the stage. This is gonna be coming up now. This is gonna be coming up now, and I'm gonna be honest, the brand is pretty good against this corner. Since with this corner you like wanna grab into enemies, and you want your allies to kill that enemy. But if you use brand, you can like kind of create this thing when you don't want to go near this corner. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but I feel like the brand is pretty good into this corner here. As interesting, Vikings are banning the Elise and Leona, but not the Renata. I feel like Renata would be so much better here for Navarus. Even if they lock in the Nautilus, I feel like, isn't there a Renata angle here? They might just go for the Pantheon support. I mean, the Pen support is also pretty good, but no, I just wanna go for the boring Alistar. TLN are not cooking in this draft. They're gonna be strong champions. Oh, they're just gonna go for the Azir. Oh no. Chat, are we gonna be seeing Azir Corki? Is this Corki bot lane or mid lane? Is this Corki bot lane or mid lane? Are we actually seeing Azir Corki here? It's not the last pick for the support. It's just gonna be the Rel. A little more engage. I feel like the Rel engage is also good. Yeah, just a bit more engaged with the Rel. Now, is this Corki gonna go mid or bot? That is the question left here. On the Lucian, I feel like the Ezreal would be a good pick here. I'm not sure about the Lucian, but the Ezreal would be, I think, a good pick here against this corner, against all the champions. They're gonna go for the Misfortune though. To be fair, I do feel like if you can avoid getting put by this corner, if your brand starts dealing this AoE damage, pairing that with the Misfortune, oh boy, that would deal. I feel like they would just clean TLN up from the map. Okay, somehow the UI is not necessarily reflecting the changes, but like obviously it's gonna be the brand jungle. I'm not necessarily sure which draft I like more. Like I mean my heart says Vikings. I'm always gonna be loving some cooking. But to be fair, TLN has this corner which is nerfed a little, but still quite strong. I'm not sure if this is gonna be I would assume this is gonna be the Lethality Varus. In which case, he would just also have insane poke to the Jays, to the Misfortune, who are probably gonna be staying outside of the fights. They also have good engage, good playmaking tools with both the Rel and the Azir. So it feels like the TLN's comp is also quite solid. Oh, we're gonna be seeing on-hit Varus though. Alright, I guess. I mean, I'm not necessarily sure if I'm liking that much. I guess like, I mean, as for tanks, they have only the Nautilus. I feel like this could have been a Lethality Varus, right? I mean, if you go for on-hit and just, you know, deal those close counter. I feel like if you go for on-hit here, the brand can just like take you down easily. You also don't really want to be near your teammates for the same reason. I'm not necessarily sure about this one, but I mean, I still feel like that comps are, yeah, but I still feel like that no team has like a clear comp advantage. This still definitely feels like it could go either way. I'm really liking the brand, so I'm gonna give a little edge to Vikings. I feel like the brand Corki and Misfortune just gonna be melting down TLN if it comes to the later game. But I have to go there as the patented Vietnamese mid swap coming out here. Shogun and Sulong are gonna go to the mid lane. They're gonna try to make Fofo lose a lot of minions, a lot of XP. This is something that the Vietnamese teams have been doing ever since Caspa Cup, which was like in December. And they never stop doing so. Well, it seems like TLN is just gonna go for the normal lanes. The Jays have... Oh, and wait, Xiulong and Shogun already gonna go for Fofo. One more Q from Shogun, and just look at the first one like this. The mid swap is working perfectly. Now the Jace is also easily diveable, so I'm not necessarily sure they would go for him. At least for now, it seems like Jace is doing fine. Skarner is also not necessarily in that area. So Vikings are just gonna be winning just like this. So even gonna have Fofo slash, but it doesn't matter. Now the question is, can they get something like either Kati or either Kratos in return? But it seems like that Karsa is not really in the position to really go for any of those ganks. And at least for now, it seems like Barry and Woody are not really diving either, as Woody has already went to the mid lane. So this is just a massive, massive victory for Vikings to start off this game. They are coming in hot. A lot to watch this team, and they're showing up why. Oh, channeling Xiulong. I'm gonna go for Karsa. I'm gonna get out Karsa's flash as well. Vikings are getting so much. Oh, Gurido gonna be found out, but there it is. Oh, look at the damage! Look at the damage from the Brand coming in. They're gonna be so low. Even if Brand is down now, can the others finish up the fight? There's already one kill for Shogun as well. Two for Shogun. Gotta get a feed. Gotta get so many kills. And Vikings are so far stomping the early game. Holy! Coming in hot here. Xiulong! Can you miss? Xiulong with an absolute masterclass of performance so far. I mean, I just love to watch Xiulong. His spike is incredible. He's also good at hook champions, as you can see. Just every single hook just either gets a flash down or gets a kill. This guy is incredible. And I mean, look, the Brand is already strong, only level 4. There's just gonna be the bam, 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 bam. And even if he goes down, Darkon and Shogun with just a easy peasy double for him. Absolute massive victory for Vikings. No! Let's go! Let's go! Now, grubs are gonna be spawning soon and Dragon is already up. Let's see what is gonna be the path for these junglers. But so far, oh, Xiulong. Are we gonna go for Aji? I mean, Aji doesn't have flash. So gonna go for the stun. Gonna go for the Q. Anywhere this guy goes, just gives kills away. Not away, but like, anywhere this guy goes, just giving kills to his teammates. Can you stop Xiulong? You're making this match not fair for the enemy. This guy is too incredible. And oh my, already a 2.2k lead for Vikings? You would even forget that this match is for the first place. Looks like Vikings are just against the middle table team. It's incredible what they're showing so far. Oh, look at this. Look. Oh my god. Oh my god. Goody. Just absolutely annihilating those grubs. Obviously gonna pick up the first camp, and I mean, they can even maybe rotate to the dragon. I don't think TLN is in any position to take this dragon. Incredible performance for Vikings so far. And they might be locking in the first place. I mean, they look very confident in game 1. Coming in with cooking, coming in with fire, literally. And so far, it seems like they are absolutely controlling the early game, not giving anything to TLN. And Kratos might get do 1 here, but Kratos should know that his teammates are also be coming in, so I don't think Talon would really want to go for this dive. They probably know there is a backup hiding somewhere in the jungle. And Seulong, as somewhere Seulong appears, the enemy just retreats. These guys' hooks have been so on point today. It seems like after Guri just clears up the chickens, the golems, might be going for the dragon. It's quite close. Corso, I don't think Corso in any shape or form in any position to just contest this. And with this one, Guri are gonna go for the dragons as well. I mean, if they can get the dragons, that is just an absolute... If they get this dragon, that is an incredible gap already. That would mean that Talon didn't get the first Grub Camp nor the dragon. Would put them at the second... Would put them at the second jungle feat as well. And it seems as though there's just no one to contest it. Vikings coming out incredibly hot. I don't even recognize this Talon. They just have no reply to any of these actions. Vikings just do as they please, and they get every single thing on the map. Grub's gonna be spawning in a little more than 1.5 minutes. And that will just grant them defeat as well, most likely. Though, I would assume Talon might have some words with that. I don't think they're just gonna I don't think they just wanna give up. I don't think they just wanna give up the 6 grubs like that. However, it still seems like that Vikings are in a very, very good spot to fight for that with 3 kills on Shogun. He's just gonna stay at mid lane in this mid swap. And now, time to recall. Time to get maybe the first item. Is it time for the first item? Or is it too early for that? As Bloodthirster, there it is. Bloodthirster already done for Shogun. And coming into this grub fight in a short amount of time. I don't know if Talon can really even contest it. It just looks like it's so incredibly hard for them. What are you even doing if you're Talon here? This early game is super drover for them. That's all. Talon gonna be on point. Talon is gonna be clean up the forts before the grub fight. They know that they have to win this. If they don't win this grub camp, then I don't even know what are they gonna be doing afterwards. There's just not a single thing that they were able to get in the early game. And so far, at least, it seems to be a fight here for that. They're immediately on spawn, gonna go at least wanna get one, so that the full camps not going to, so that the full camps are not going for Vikings. But there's a fight here. All right, at least they got one. At least they got one. But they might be losing the fight afterwards. There is ultimate coming in from Guri. Massive. Oh, chaining together with Shoguns. We're gonna get down. Both the supports are down actually. But now can they continue this fight? Guri's damage is still super high. Gonna go in full. Not using the ultimate even. God, they're gonna get the kill, and it seems like the Vikings are gonna be still winning. Talon gets 2 grubs though. Or even on the side, Berry's getting the 2nd grub, which means the Vikings are only gonna get... So Vikings are only gonna get 4 grubs here. Which, at least it's gonna be kind of... At least the turret pushing is not gonna be as strong then. So at this point, look at the damage, just like ticking, channeling this together with Shogun's ultimate. Even if it wasn't like that long lasting, everyone just flashed out. First of all, they got the flashes, and also they got some kills here too. And look at the damage just on the poke. Oh my god. Nice! I don't understand Vietnamese. I'm gonna be translating this for you guys later on. I'm gonna ask my Vietnamese friends what was said there. So yeah, the Vikings have to wait a little more to get the feat. But considering they already have the kill feat, and there is not a single wave pushing inside the Vikings turrets, I would assume that the feats are gonna be... I would assume that Vikings are probably gonna be... I'm gonna assume that Vikings are gonna be getting the feat eventually. Could be the first turret as well. I mean, Shogun and Xiulong just gonna be pushing on this bot side turret. Xiulong only gonna be hitting level 6 now. Obviously the supports are roaming around a lot. They're not really gonna be getting those levels fast. But Xiulong, this guy who has had an incredible... Okay, I'm gonna talk about that soon. Xiulong, this guy who has had an incredible performance so far, incredible hooks. Not gonna have the ultimate as well. Just even stronger. But now let's talk about what you guys have just seen. Kratos building the Hull Breaker on the Jace. They're gonna go for the Hull Breaker Jace steal. Okay, now I am not sure about that, but you know what? Whatever. Vikings don't get their second dragon. Feats are gonna be completed for them. And no, Xiulong might just go for some kills here. Do they know that Karsa is here? I mean, they do now. So, okay, that's a little bit of a miscalculation from them. Ultimate from Shogun also not gonna be the best. Well, Karsa might have just saved the game for them, actually. They're still gonna be pretty behind, but that's gonna be a massive golden queues for betting. Yeah, they didn't know that Karsa was there. He kind of saved the game. But again, still 2,000 of a lead. Feats are gonna be for Vikings, and Shogun is still strong, so... That is the most the talent could have asked for. But that's just the beginning. If they wanna win this game, that is just the very, very beginning of this comeback. Yeah, they were not aware of Karsa. And that's such a nice engage from Woody coming in. I have to give props to them. However, I mean, Herald gonna be spawning soon. Let's see if Vikings are gonna be going for that or not. They have the might, so I mean they could probably take down some turrets with that one as well. But it feels like their lanes are in a very good shape already, so I don't necessarily know if they would like super need the Herald. Is always good, but I don't think it's as crucial as the grubs were for them. Goody now, finishing up the Leandries. That's gonna be quite a crazy item. Shogun, oh my god, Shogun's Qs are hitting so hard. Yeah, and with Guri's Leandris, it seems like every single person is now finished up with their first item. Coming into the next team fight, it's definitely gonna get a little more bloody. Because both of these ADCs are gonna be pretty strong. After Barry got that 2 kills on the bot side. It definitely feels like that. It's gonna be just protect the ADC. Good now, taking the Herald. They're gonna be found out, so fight is probably coming from TLN. But they're gonna be starting it now. It seems like TLN is not really gonna be going for that. You don't really wanna fight Guri in these like tight spaces. Obviously the brand just gonna be blowing you up if you start. But nonetheless, they're just gonna give out the Herald as well, and this is just one another objective that Vikings are gonna be getting here. Shogun already gonna be on the second item now. And I feel like Vikings at this point just gonna be playing for the Infernal. Infernal Soul obviously incredibly strong. Especially when you have a poke comp, Chase, Brand, Corky, Misfortune. You would really want that Infernal Soul. That would most likely also just make sure that you win the game. I mean that thing could just simply win you the game. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much gonna be happening until the dragon drops. Vikings, they don't want to overstep. They know very well that it's all gonna be on the dragons from now on. I mean, they obviously shouldn't throw the game away here, but I definitely feel like that there's gonna be a lot of emphasis put on this dragon. I'm just gonna be cleaning up the board. There's half a minute left until the dragon spawns. Everyone is just gonna be waiting. TLN is gonna be in a better position to take this dragon. The Vikings even gonna be contesting then. They're gonna drop the Herald. I mean, that's gonna be definitely helping this. But I feel like TLN is just gonna be taking the dragon down. Now, what is the reply from Vikings? Are they just gonna be going for Ashi, or are they gonna go for turrets? I mean, it seems to be the case. They're just gonna be crushing this to the second turret as well. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get some gold. Whatever, like, the dragon is not that important. We still have time to pick up the other two. Just give us some gold for the time being. I feel like they could have just contested after dropping the Herald, but I mean that would have been a little bit more risky. So I understand if they don't want that as Goody versus Goody. There's also an ultimate coming up from Aji. That's not the best place for Goody. However, still long coming in here. Gotta be missing the Q! The first Q that still long misses. And it's already detrimental. As Kratos is gonna be going down as well. So far, that's 2 deaths on the Vikings side, and they only gonna get 1 kill out of that. That is not worth. Not worth at all. This is gonna be TLN's first big victory here as... Oh, even still I'm gonna be going back. Okay. I probably praised this guy too much. Gonna go for some interesting... Oh, a second Q. Those Qs are not the most well placed these days. Oh. Okay. What is happening here? Okay, what is happening? Literally missing every single Q but dodging all the abilities from Karsa. I mean, sure, why not? Okay, the game is getting a little crazy here. This is not the best fight. Long missed the hook here, and that also means that he was also put in some danger, but I guess like if he hit that Q, then Guri might have lived, but I'm not even sure about that. That was just a better fight from TLN. As Long still sticks around. And yep, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I mean, he's wasting a lot of time for TLN. So, I'm not even necessarily mad about that. He's wasting a lot. Just dodging everything. TLN, slowly but surely, gonna be closing up that gold lead that Viking has. They have to be careful. And now we're entering Atakan territory. This is the place where teams constantly just start throwing. TLN is gonna be starting, but they're immediately gonna be retreating from it. Or are they gonna be starting? Oh, they just kill. They just keep the aggro still. I don't know why, but teams just love to throw for Atakan, and it seems like TLN might just be taking it. Wait, do Vikings even know about this? They're just gonna be take the Atakan. They're just gonna be taking the Atakan. I don't think Vikings were aware of that. Like, they should have known. Like, there is not a single TLN member visible on the map. But they just... What was this? I have praised Vikings too much. For the last 5 minutes, they have made so many bad decisions. And this is exactly what TLN was waiting for. Now they're just gonna get everything equalized in the gold soon as well. Stealing is down. Cars is gonna get the killers. Fofo gonna go in for the ultimate, but not gonna hitting Guri in the zonias. Nonetheless, still Betty is gonna get in him as Shogun is also gonna be going down. What is happening? There's some force light pop, but they're still getting so many kills here. Oh, what is happening? What? The last 5 minutes. What happened in the last 5 minutes? I guess like Vikings still kinda gonna have the lead, but that's like non-existent at this point. What happened to what happened to them? Did TLN just wake up or what? I mean, at this point the fight is already lost. They have false life. There is not really any chance of fighting them. And I feel like this misfortune ultimate was a little too early. But I had to go for a Fofo, but like, I mean, it was pretty obvious that Fofo can just get away from that. I never really liked when misfortune outs from like the other side of the wall. It's just mathematics. If you think about it. If you out from the other side of the wall, there's gonna be like a little bit lesser angle. You know? You're gonna cover less of the lane because like the start is gonna go into the wall. And because of that, as we're watching Aji get a solo bolo. And because of that, you're gonna cover less of the lane, so it's usually easier to just like dodge it, just like walk outside that. Just simple mathematics. I don't really like it, but these fights are not too good for Vikings. They kinda still have to lead. No. TLN is now gonna be in the lead. They're also gonna get the second dragon as well. They just taken over the game. What happened to Vikings? I mean, I predicted TLN to be first, so... Actually, I predicted TLN, CFO, and Vikings in this order. So, if Vikings lose here, then my prediction would be perfect. I think I was the only co-streamer who was predicting them in that order. Is this true? Wait, let me open this up on my laptop as like confirmation. I feel like I was the only co-streamer who did this. And was I? Where is the post? I'm gonna be opening this up so later on I can... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, I've opened this up. But for now, I'm not gonna jinx anything. I'm gonna be brag about my predictions if TLN actually ends up winning here. I mean, the match is just incredibly equal still, and the brand and the Corki are also gonna be scaling pretty well into late game. So this is not a lost match by any means. It's basically just equal now. However, for the last few minutes, it's just the Vikings team fight were so bad. They have been a little I feel like they have been a little uncoordinated. Maybe panicky, maybe just like feeling like the game is slipping away from their hands, but here's a chance to make it right as... Oh, that's already not starting well with Aji coming in and Kari coming in from behind, and Wood is already gonna pick it down. Wait, Guri? Meanwhile, we haven't really seen it, but also Shogun is down. I mean, when your ADC dies like this, I don't think they can fight it anymore. At least both sides are gonna be disengaging. Support for ADC, not the best trade, but it might just be enough to really... But it was enough to stop the Baron, so... I mean, yeah... Are they gonna be restarting it though? I mean, they're gonna be wards, or they're gonna be well aware what's happening here, but... I feel like TLN can just restart it. Or they're just gonna force too long. Oh, that's also a possibility. Ultimate is gonna be used, but nice flash out from too long. Teleport coming in from Kari. TLN is gonna be restarting the Baron. But now, But now Vikings regrouped. Good is pretty low. If Good is dead here, there is a free Baron. But, I mean, it might just be Steel. Good is around, doesn't have flash. But Steel's in the way! What? How? How did Good is still in the way? Is it just the ultimate? Or, oh, is it just in the E? Like the little... Brrr. I don't know how it's called. The little speed. Little fire speed. What's the little fire speed? I don't know how it's called. I think that was that. What? How? Every single person in my YouTube video when I was uploading about the Viking scrims, every single person was like, Goody, this guy is not on the team, huh? This guy just... I want to switch this guy up. He is proving all the haters wrong. Holy, he had such a fantastic split. And in the very last match that they're playing in the regular season, also be stealing away the dragon. Was it just like... Oh, that was just like a... Not even the speed. That was like the little field. The little arm. Coaching stuff, oh, talent coaching stuff, not too happy. I also wanted to see SOF and then the reaction from Vikings was so nice. Oh wait, Karsa will be caught out here, but nice engage from Booty. However, can he do more than that? Fofo massive ultimate! Fofo might have just saved the game here. Goody's still alive, Kratos still alive. There's still a lot of damage on even Shogun. Who's gonna get the first kill onto Woody from Talon, but this is not looking good for Vikings so far. Talon is quite low, so they have to retreat a little. And don't forget, Vikings still have the Baron buff. They can just keep this up. They don't need to fight. They can just push the turrets. They need to make this work, yes. Okay, this just a little blip. And I'm back. They have to be careful. They're not super strong, but with this Baron buff, they can push the turrets as much as they want. Also, Kratos might actually just gonna get called out here. I mean, he's gonna be pretty fast on the Jace. I don't think it's really gonna be catching up to him, but yeah, he's gonna walk. He's gonna have to walk a lot. Actually, they might be turning on Kratos instead. I mean, a lot of Vikings members are now grouping up. Yeah, Kratos also coming with the TP. They might just be catching them in. They went too deep into the jungle, Karsa. You don't belong in here, they say. As now he's gonna be pretty low, but can they take down Karsa? It doesn't seem as though. He's just gonna drive away. As now next objective is gonna be the dragon. Whoever gets it is gonna get the dragon stall point. If Talon gets it, that would be 3 infernals for them. That is insane, even without a soul. But Karsa had to recall, so I mean, this probably should be good. I don't think this is gonna be up for contention. It's gonna be the by Kratos, nonetheless. Vikings are gonna be on infernal soul point. Another objective to play for in 5 minutes. As this game is close. Like, Vikings have the lead. I feel like Talon's teamfight's a little bit better, but super back and forth. I do not know who will be winning after this. But I'm very much liking this. Vikings had like a 8 or some minutes of a little, I feel like they turned on the monitors. But now the monitors turned back on. They're charged up on. I'm not sure what kind of energy drink sponsors them, but that. And they're ready to fight. Gaining back the 2,000 of a lead that they had for the majority of the game. Sometimes throwing it away, sometimes getting it back. But Shogun gonna be on 3 items now. Lord Dominic's also have been completed, so this corner is gonna be going down quite fast. The Hallbreaker on the chase. I'm sure, why not? Kratos is just constantly gonna be pushing. Or is he? What's he gonna go for then? My cat just woke up and like looking at the distance. Oh, my cat is looking at the fireworks. I'm like, what is the cat looking at? My cat just like looks like the cat is looking at the fireworks. Kurabi doesn't really like the fireworks. I mean, it's very loud. I wasn't home last time around. There was a fireworks here because I was in Austria. But I've seen her in like the security cam, and she was not really happy with the fireworks. She likes to watch them, but like in the far distance, doesn't like the sound. So, game Shogun gonna be finishing up the IE Bloodthirster and the Lord Dominix as well. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I'm now best hosted a Sense Reaver. This is gonna be quite the strong misfortune. Bloodthirst, Lord Dominus, Essence, Reaver, and even the Sweetest, I guess. Basically full build. I mean, there is still the board there. There is still like one more slot to buy something on, but 4 items, it is basically full build for Shogun. This guy is gonna be melting through even the Corsa. Even this corner. This guy's gonna be melting through even this corner as team fight might be breaking out. Baron lurking, gonna be coming up in about 5 seconds. Who is gonna be starting the Baron? That is the question here. Since the dragon spawns in about 1.5 minutes, whoever gets the dragon is still gonna have the Baron buff for this Infernal fight, which would potentially get the Infernal Sword for Vikings. I feel like that would just basically grant them the victory. That damage would be so incredible together with all those damage dealers that they have on the team. Talon gonna be starting up the Baron, but oh, still long. Trying to fish out someone, but no one was in that bush. Talon though had to retreat a little from this Baron. They couldn't get it down super fast. Now everyone's gonna go on Guri. Guri might have just been called out. There is a Zonia's though. Zonia's and Karsta! Karsta also called out! Shogun is not gonna be hitting that many members. But he's incredibly strong still. Just have to keep the distance. Still long also not gonna be hitting the second Q either, but still long is incredibly low. Both teams are just gonna be disengaging. And somehow no one dies. How is no one dead? Or are they just only sticking around for the Baron? Both teams know that they kind of have to stick around. They have to keep a few members here while the others are resetting. And this is exactly what's happening here. Shogun doesn't really have info on the Baron. Oh, 2 TPs coming in. But Talon's just gonna get the Baron. Talon's just gonna get the Baron! And oh, Guri's already dead. Shogun is gonna be the next one. I feel like Vikings can kind of just being late to the party. Vikings are kind of just late to the party, and he's gonna be throwing this game away double for Ozzy. And it's gonna be 3 guys to Talon. They absolutely miscalculated what was just happening at the Baron. Shogun couldn't really... Shogun was a little careful, like scouting out what's happening there, understandably. But that just meant that Talon was incredibly fast and taking it down. And when the TPs coming into the bot, and when the TPs were coming into the top side, it's already done. Still like 15 seconds on 2 members, and Shogun is basically half a second, and basically half a minute. Wait, death timers are not that long still. 2 members gonna be respawning very soon, but Kratos Miva is gonna be still going down for Bakari. I feel like they just done it, right? There's the Guri though. Guri can still save this base here. Oh, they're just gonna be killing our minions for now. They have the Baron buff. Shogun is also up and alive. They have to be killing this up, but the ultimate is not gonna be hitting that many members from Shogun. As Oz is gonna be burning everyone down. And Talon have just done it. And Talon have done it with the comeback victory. They're gonna win game 1 here. What an incredible game it was. I feel like it's gonna be really sad for Vikings. I feel like they could have won. It was definitely in this match for the Vikings to win it. Now, obviously this was just game 1. There are still a lot of cooking left on the table. I'm gonna be trusting SOFM. Rather like it's pronounced SOFM. I'm gonna be trusting SOFM to bring some gourmet draft in the next game. It's far from over. But this fun game, oh, it must be feeling bad. They had this in the bag. They had the 3.2k at one point. But I feel like they had this one little moment. They couldn't really get the dragon stacking going on. And obviously at the very end, that Baron fight was a bit miscalculated, a bit too late from Vikings. And Jesus Christ, Ashes Rumble. Oh my god. Just kept burning everyone. I start to feel like Rumble is a bit too OP. I mean, Abby had a similar performance yesterday on the Rumble. This champ might be a bit too OP. I feel like this champ might be helping these victories for the teams. Yeah. I'm also surprised to see. I mean, Kratos not gonna be dealing damage. Oh, the Hull Breaker race. Oh, this is nerfed on this patch. Why did you go for that? It was nerfed. The tank Jays have been nerfed. Why are you going for that? I'm gonna be honest, even with the tank Jays, they should have won. I feel like the brand and the core key misfortune should have had enough damage there, but the tank Jays did not help the the victory. This is what I'm gonna be saying. I'm not sure if they would have won if this Jays wasn't tank Jays, but I mean, nonetheless, these sets were a bit uncoordinated, I think, like from the Vikings. Oh, sorry, no, this is the first one. No, this is good for them. Vikings are still leading the game at this point. Okay, game 1 gonna be going to TLN. And don't forget. And chat, if you think that this game is only about who gets first place, who gets the bye, you are wrong. This game is also about me. I predicted TLN first, CFO second, and Vikings third. And basically, CFO is already logged in second. So CFO already logged in second. However, if TLN wins here, then that would mean that they actually get first and Vikings actually get third. So if TLN wins here, then my prediction is gonna be coming true. The only co-streamer with a correct prediction. I'm in my prophet arc right now. I'm also, by the way, this is pretty funny. Let me just flex a little here on you guys. Can I just flex on you guys here a little bit? I mean, I'm on a prophet arc. I'm also leading the LJL play. What is it called? Pick'em. I'm also leading the LJL Pick'em. I'm the first currently on this list. I'm actually on my prophet arc. I'm not even kidding. From now on, you might address me as Analyst Hina. I'm gonna be bragging about this at the end if they actually win. Well, game 2. Game 2 opponents, hopefully soon. And I will be right back. I'm just checking on how my 3D printing goes. There has been so many faulty stuff these days, and I don't know. I re-leveled my bed. I don't know why. Just like so many were faulty. Let me check how this is going. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, chat, good news. Good news. My print so far is looking great. My print so far is looking absolutely great. So, it seems like, I mean, I changed some settings. I use a different type of support now. And, I also just, like, made it so it's not, it's a little bit less infill. I was like, maybe the problem was too much infill. And that's why it was, like, kind of screwing up. You're gonna like sticking together and just moving on the bed. I don't know. It's just, I'm using less infill now, and I also just made it like it's just 0.2. I made it the height 0.2, so it's gonna be a little you know, probably more like wiggle room And I just like leveled my bed. So hopefully that'll be good now. If this would be done, that would be like little hex core, the corrupted hex core. That's pretty amazing. I mean, I can already show you guys. I have 2 pieces done already. So these are gonna be like the, did I see it? These are gonna be like the insides. This is gonna be the insides, like gonna go some like this, you know, like on the inside is like how the inside of the hex core has like these like corrupted little threads in the inside. I'm gonna be painting these and just like gonna go inside, yeah, somehow like this. I'm printing the 2 little blobs in like 2 pieces. It's gonna take like a day to be printed out. But yeah. Oh, while we are waiting, for the last time, I'm gonna be checking some deep low. Okay, who should we check? Who should we check on deep low? Fofo? Okay, Fofo has not played anything fun. I mean, he plays a lot of Mal, but like we already know that one. And what about Kati? What has Kati been playing? Okay, Kati also not playing. Oh. Kati has been playing the Yasuo. I mean, not like super weird stuff. Kati has played mid lane Rumble. I mean, this not like super unique. Obviously, like Doimbi is the one who's kind of popularized. I'm gonna show you guys as well while we're waiting, even though like the players are just coming back. I played the mid lane Rumble, even though that's like not super unique. Doimbi was the OG player who started doing the mid lane Rumble. What about Siulong? Siulong is one of my favorites. Oh, isn't this his account? Wait, what is Siulong's account? Wait, what? Is he just playing on... Is he just playing on the Vietnamese server? Does anyone know what Siulong's account is? It's 27. Okay, that's probably not his account. I mean, I know that's his account. I mean, that has to be his account. Just I'm not sure if he has others. Because when they screamed on the server, that was the account that he was screaming with. I don't know. Well, who else? I mean, Archie also can cook. 2 days ago. This guy's not playing solo queue. What's happening? I mean, you know what's funny? Karma has been popping off. Archie has played the Karma top. Fofo has also played the Karma mid. And did Woody play the Karma support? Let me check before we get into the game. And Woody... Okay, Woody... Oh, Woody. Woody? Woody? What is this? Woody. Come on, guy. Come on, Woody. Come on, Woody. You don't have to do everything that carrier... He tried for the 2nd time as well. Woody? Woody? Come on. Do not let yourself get baited by carrier. This guy is trying to get into your head. But the Shen support as well. After Harp has played it yesterday. So like Harp is making the meta in the LCP. But I mean, Woody has also played the Karma support. So Karma is going to be triple flex for Talon. So Karma is going to be triple flex for Talon if they would want that. But I mean, Woody also. Okay, that's, I mean. Okay, Woody. You can pick the Shen. Harp was pretty good with the Shen. I'm also liking that Harp is making the meta here. But Woody, not all the supports I'm seeing are good. Be careful, Woody. Do not listen to carrier. That guy is crazy. Do not listen to carrier. Listen to me, Woody. Let's see. Talon now up 1 game as we're entering game 2. Vikings gonna be choosing the blue side. So we're gonna be seeing these teams on both sides. And Vikings, I'm gonna be honest, if they win this match, that's gonna be pretty good. No, sir. Let me restart it. And I'm gonna be honest, if Vikings lose this game, that's also not the worst. As I said before, they would be starting in round 1, of course. They would need to play 1 single elimination game, which is always a little scary. Like just 1 bad day, if you lose, you're out. So getting the bye is definitely important. However, if they lose here, they would be the 3rd seed, which means that, yeah, they start in single elimination, but they can choose their opponent. And they would probably, I would assume, choose SAG. And this team has stomped SAG. As far as I remember. Did they? Was that the game that they stomped, or was it the other one? Let me check. Vikings. Yeah. This team has stomped SAG week 2. So I'm like, even if they lose here, that's probably not the worst. As we are getting into draft. Might be the last game in the regular season. Looking at the bans, targeting the bot side, targeting the top side. They're targeting different champions. They're targeting different roles. It's very dramatic, very sentimental. As my fireworks still going in the background to celebrate this occasion. Okay, that's getting quite too loud. And Kratos gonna be picking the Nocturne for Guri. And game 2. If they lose this, they're gonna get 3rd. Gonna start in single elimination. And in that case, and in that scenario, Guri is gonna be choosing the Nocturne. Now, will Talon steal away the Orianna? That is the question. Actually, last time around they did steal away an Orianna in a similar situation, and they were bad on it. It's not always good to just steal away stuff without like putting that in your own comp. So I'm kind of liking that they're not gonna go for that route, but now Vikings can choose Galio available, Orianna available. Nocturne has great synergy with so many champions, as they're gonna go for the Ashe. Oh, I don't like this, man. Oh no, and even oh no. I don't know if I'm liking this too much. I mean, at least the Nocturne is gonna be doing damage, but I always feel like Ashe comps are lacking damage. This might be an exception. I mean, with Ashe you can just like stun people, especially if they don't know where the arrow is coming from. So I feel like this might be one of those cases when it's fine. But I really need to see who's gonna be their mid laner, as... Whoa. 1 game away from locking in first. And of course, we're gonna be getting Ajis Udyr. The Udyr master himself. He's like, guys, 1 game, we lock this in. Pick me, Udyr. Just pick me, Udyr. This guy is so incredible on the Udyr. And my question is, especially with an Ashe comp, how are you gonna be killing the Udyr? It's gonna be impossible. Absolutely impossible to kill this guy. Have you seen Udyr whenever he's in like the turtle form? It's impossible to kill. Impossible. And so far, it does feel like Talon might be winning this draft. There's gonna be the Pike ban from Siulang, one of his best champions. Also the Orianna ban. Do not get that Orianna lane. Do not get that Nocturne Orianna combo. Meanwhile, Vikings banning the Mel? I mean, alright, Fofo not gonna get the mallet, seems like. I don't know if that would have been that great. I mean, I guess like against the Ashe maybe, but nonetheless, TLN is still gonna be going for some early aggression and they lock this Elise in. Kai'Sa and Elise. I mean, you're probably gonna get first, but with those champions, any logged in? Any mid lane? Or, I mean, could be support, I guess? Okay, we're gonna be seeing this very soon where this Annie goes, but Annie has been logged in. When was the last time Annie has been logged in? And oh, Sealong also gonna get the karma. Is it gonna be the... Is it gonna be the Rise mid? So, Rise mid? And any support? Any support? Okay, I might be liking this Ashe comp, if I'm being honest here. I'm changing my opinion on the Vikings draft. I'm actually kind of liking this draft now. My biggest worry with the Ashe comps is no damage, but you have any support, and it's gonna be doing the damage. Okay, I'm actually okay. I think Vikings are cooking in this one. SOFM, props to you guys. SOFM, props to you. Props to you, man. I like this draft. I feel like they're cooking. Yeah, Vikings draft is incredible. I'm liking Vikings draft a lot here. I mean, TLN can still get the early game. I feel like TLN's early game is still gonna be incredible with the Kai'Sa Elise. If the Kai'Sa Elise gets that early 2 to 3 kills, then TLN might be winning. Also, Aegis Udyr, obviously. Aegis Udyr is a little bit incredible. That guy is kind of an Udyr master. So I wouldn't necessarily say that Vikings are absolutely 100% gonna be winning, but I like that draft more. I feel like SOFM absolutely delicious cook here. I am loving this draft. They just need to execute it well. When was the last time any was played? I feel like a long time ago, right? Not that much. Okay, I just checked. This is gonna be the first any in a tier 1 leagues. Any has been picked twice in the LCK CL, but this is gonna be the first any in pro play in the tier 1s. But this is gonna be the first any. Oh, sorry, yeah. This is gonna be the first any in tier 1s, and this is gonna be the first any support this year. The last time around, any support was picked. I mean, the last time around, any support was picked was. I mean, you guys can probably guess, was Lehend last year in April. Ever since then, almost a year, no one has picked any support. No one has picked any either in tier 1, and now Sealong, one of my favorite supports in the whole LCP. I absolutely love this guy. I feel like his spike is world class, and now he's gonna be picking the any support. Absolute cinema right here. What lanes we have in here. Ashe. I'm not liking the Ashe too much, but again, with Annie, I feel like this is fine. You're gonna have the damage with the Annie. You're also gonna be scaling pretty well with the Rise. I just feel like this is a pretty good comp from Vikings. I absolutely loving this. Vikings went for the cook here. I can appreciate that. TLN went for more of a comfort, I would say. Aegis Udyr is obviously quite a comfort pick for him. Fofo also on the Talia. I don't really like the Talia picks, especially when you've just rushed Seras. But it is what it is. Nonetheless, they're gonna have the early pressure with the Kai'Sa and this Elise. So this game is far from over. I feel like we'll see. As the Vikings once again gonna go for that patented mid swap. Wood is immediately gonna be matching that. Just tapping out Fofo a little bit here. That's also gonna mean that Betty is gonna be on the top side, and I feel like this is kinda gonna be taken away a little from the early pressure that Elise has. So in that sense, this is a pretty good mid swap from Vikings. Yeah. So in this case, this is the absolutely amazing mid swap coming out from Vikings. Goody. Just need to farm as fast as possible. You want to get that level 6. Oh, it's super low, I'm sorry. This is once again one of those cases when a lot of these champions, the Nocturne, the Ashe, even the Annie, are gonna be depending on level 6. So I would expect them to just keep farming, not really engage in anything, just perma-farm until we hit level 6. But that also means that Silong, I feel like, would kind of need to stick here. Obviously, he's not gonna be able to roam as much as like on the Nautilus. Definitely needs that XP until hitting level 6. That's gonna be really important for the Annie. Especially any support when you wanna go for those like immediate stuns with the Tibers. So that's gonna be slowing the early game down a little. But I guess like that's kinda what Vikings want anyways. You don't want a fast early game against the Nellies. Oh, wait. For already killed Silong? Wait, what happened in the mid lane? I mean, we're looking at the top side and it seems like Karthus might also be going down. As Vikings' plan to slow down the early game is not going well so far. What just happened in the mid lane? Replay? That's a bit 2 kills for Talon. And that is my little issue here. They could not slow down the early game enough. Silong, until you hit level 6, you're gonna be vulnerable. And this is exactly what happened here with the Alice, the early Alice. That just on course what is expected. This is not super over. I mean, when you have an Alice, you kind of want to get those first 2 kills. Yeah, I feel like this is fine still. Like if you're playing against an Alice, you kind of expect these. I don't think this is game ending. But Silong needs to get level 6. He's gonna be vulnerable for similar stats until he gets level 6. That's why people pick the Alice support. That's why it's so incredibly dangerous. You're basically guaranteeing an early game victory. And now the only question remains is how much can they get? How much of that early lead can they transfer into the mid game? The level 6 is coming up soon for some of these players. There's now Guri coming in. I mean, no level 6 just yet for him is not gonna be enough for a killer. Shogun has to use this, has to use a cleanse. That's what I was afraid of. I like Vikings comp. I feel like their scaling is also gonna be really good. However, Talon, oh no, Talon's early game is just so good. Hello, hello. You're joining it at the perfect time. Talon's early game is so incredible. So until Silong and Guri and Shogun hit level 6, I feel like they gotta be vulnerable for these engages. Because now Grubs might be started by Vikings, but I don't think they can fight this. I feel like if Talon engages on them, there's no real chance to fight this. But Talon has other ideas. They don't care about the Grubs. They only care about Kati. As Kati can get a kill. I mean, it's already pretty good. Gotta go for the stun. No, the stun coming in. Ultimate is not gonna be happy at Kati too much, but I mean, got the trade. That's already pretty good. 3 Grubs for Vikings. I feel like this is as much as they can ask for here. This is... I'm not gonna say that Vikings have won this fight, but like... this is as much as they can ask for. They're still waiting to get level 6. Until we have level 6 on across the board, I feel like this comp is still gonna be incredibly lacking. The fact that they were able to get a trade kill for Kadi, and the fact that they could get 3 Grubs, that is pretty good. That was a really nice dodge from Kari. He's playing this well. The flash as well. I mean, the ultimate is gonna be cancelled, but this doesn't matter. All in all, we're still waiting for the level 6 and Silong. Still quite far away from that. But after it happens, I feel like Vikings are gonna get a massive power boost. And that's about to be the territory when the second grub can spawns. Or maybe the second dragon that they want to go for. Shogun, gonna get level 6. And again, Siu Long is also gonna be quite close. One more level. Oh, level 6 already there for Goody. But is this the fight that they want to? Arrow is gonna be pretty good actually, coming in from Shogun. However, Fofo with the Vol is able to just cancel this fight out. Everyone is gonna be retreating. Ultimates have been used from everyone basically. But not a single death. And I feel like this is fine for Vikings. I'm not sure why they engaged on them. I mean, probably didn't know that there was 3 on the bush. But I feel like this is all fine. As long as they're not falling super behind right now. Just wait until Siu Long is level 6. That is all I'm asking for. Now, Guri still incredibly deep into the jungle. They might be going for an engage here, but Siu Long is still not level 6, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Guri was caught out. I mean, Alice is incredible whenever she's engaging, but she's very squishy in the early games. Once you use up your little ultimate to go up, after that it's just over. So, Vikings, slowly but surely, gonna be getting back the lead. Siu Long still not level 6. But once he gets level 6, this is gonna be an incredible comp that they have. We're all just waiting for that to happen. And truth to be told, again, Vikings are doing quite well. They're not really losing the early game against a comp that was supposed to just storm them early game. I'm not saying TLN is not gonna have good scaling because Aji scaling is gonna be pretty good. Berry scaling also gonna be pretty good, but you would have wanted to have so many kills in the early game with the Elise, and I feel like that just didn't happen. Vikings, I feel like, are in a pretty comfortable spot. Siu Long is like maybe like one wave away to getting level 6. And after that, oh boy, this comp is gonna be incredible. I'm waiting for those Tiber stuns. But before that, there's still gonna be one fight without that. I mean, flash stun, you know, doesn't even need Tibers. Siu Long does not even need Tibers. We're taking an Aussie. And now the fight continues. Ultimate coming in from Kratos into Guri's ultimate. They're just gonna be catching up. TLN wants to get away, but they cannot. 2 kills for Guri, one for Kratos. And Vikings seem to be turning this game around. Not even necessarily around, like the fact that they were able to survive the early game is massive, and it feels like they can maybe close this. Close this game out, maybe tie the series. To be fair, even last game I felt like the early game was pretty good. They just have to be careful with those Herald and Otacon fights. That's where TLN was really shining, but I do feel like that Vikings comp is just incredible. And look at the stun, Now imagine if there is T-Burst as well. Imagine if there is a T-Burst, and right now, Siu Long could just fend for the T-Burst right now. Imagine that. This is gonna be an incredibly strong comp very, very soon as... Oh, there's T-Burst already. I see T-Burst. They almost took down Woody. So we haven't seen what was happening here, but they almost took down Woody. So I assume the T-Burst is working. Meanwhile, also Vikings has gotten... while we're watching the replay, Vikings have gotten 6 grubs. There's gonna be 6 grubs for them. That's gonna be also the dragon. Well, in the picture we can see there's... Oh my goodness. If there was Fofo... If Fofo wasn't there with the W, that could have been just an easy solo ball for Siu Long. That Annie is online. Vikings gonna get the dragon. it's gonna be the Cloud Soul. It's kind of whatever. What is all happening? Oh, Kratos being caught out, but they're coming in Guri. They're gonna be Guri to save the day. Gonna take down Fofo as well. And Vikings, absolute domination. I told you, after all these champions sitting level 6 in the Vikings comp, they're gonna be unstoppable. And Aji, even though I love Aji Zudir, even though I did say that how are you gonna be killing this Aji, the answer is just don't care about him. He's not gonna be part of the fight. Just get good elsewhere. I mean, he can take as many stuff as he wants, but I mean, look at them. All the other members are gonna be quite squishy. Guri coming in, amazing ultimate, saving Kratos, getting a kill as well. Such a well-played game for the Vikings. Not on any combo. I feel like this is more, I mean, I guess so, but it's more just like, I feel like the Annie is kind of with the Ashe. I mean, Nocturne is strong as well, but I mean, this is they're not really gonna combo it together. I feel like the Nocturne was kind of picked for the Ashe arrows to be easier to be hitting. I mean, for the second time now, we've seen that after Nocturne ultimate, there's an immediate Ashe arrow. What can TLN do? They're falling incredibly behind, even more than last game. Well, last game, Vikings was able to get like a 3,000-ish lead. Okay, it's the same, never mind. Last game, 3,000 of a lead that Viking was able to get before they kind of threw it away. And it seems like to be the case here as well. I mean, we are far away from the Atakan spawn. So there's not a way that how they're gonna be throwing, but Guri coming in onto Udyr. I think that the Ashe arrow was even hitting us. I'm not even sure about that, but Kratos is gonna be getting the kill. There's now TP coming in top. What? Noxus? That was an interesting POV. Nonetheless, Vikings keep stomping. Can TLN do some magic once again? The gold lead is getting just even stronger. This is a much larger gold lead that the Vikings had in game 1. So I'm not sure if TLN can really take this back once again at the Atakan, but we'll see. As I mean, Guri has been perfect this series, I feel like, so far. The Ashe arrow was also hitting here, right? Yeah, the Ashe arrow was hitting. That's quite a long hitbox. And TLN now, what are they gonna be doing? I mean, I guess like Betty is their only way back to this game. If Betty gets all the evolutions and abilities. But I feel like they're gonna be kind of lacking damage. They were not able to get ahead early. They were not able to transform that lead into the mid game. Yeah, and that is my issue with this team comp. Look at Fofo. Fofo bought the Archangel like minutes ago and still not a Saros. Why are you upgrading your tier? You're not gonna do any damage, just wait until the tier is fully stacked and only then buy the Archangel like the Saros at that point. What are they doing? I just absolutely hate this type of mid lane building. And this is the same, like I think Arya was the one who did the exact same thing last time. I don't get why people do this on Talia. This is just a utility ADC, or utility mid laner. This Talia is just a utility mid laner at this point. Look, even the Ryze didn't upgrade the tier. I don't get why people upgrade the tier before it's fully stacked. Even the Ryze didn't do it. Ryze just went for the Rod of Ages. Just wait until it's stacked and then buy the Saros. How many times I have to say this? I am so incredibly mad whenever I'm seeing this. Okay, now Ryze have bought it, but like it's gonna be fully stacked very soon. It's like 360, right? I feel like it's 360. Look, Rise have just bought the Archangel, but it's gonna get to Seraph's like very soon. And by this time, he was able to buy Rod of Ages. I don't understand why all the mid laners do not do this. I don't understand. You're gonna handicap yourself in like this 15-minute mark with this. What is the next objective here? Is it a dragon? Just a cloud soul, it's not gonna be the most important. But Vikings, they can take it. There is absolutely no contention from TLN. TLN, meanwhile, while the Vikings have took the dragon, might go for a dive on the top side, but Annie... Oh, Annie's just gonna take Ozzy down! Annie just takes Ozzy down! Holy, what is the damage from Annie coming in? That's what I mean. What with that Tiber stun, and now Guri just gonna put salt into the wounds. Gonna be taking it down. Also, there's also gonna go to too long. Nonetheless, Vikings just carrying this game. The Annie pick was massive here. Oh my. One of my favorite supports in the whole LCP. This guy is showing up over and over again. Doesn't matter if he's on a pike. It doesn't matter if he's on a pike. Doesn't matter if he's on any. He is just so incredible. This TLN has no chance. I mean, to be fair, like game 1 was looking similar. Not that much of a lead, but looking similar. But TLN still won. TLN is a little cleaner, but like this team comp is just really good for Vikings. I feel like Vikings can still lose this series. Like I absolutely wouldn't write off TLN, but this game is already over. Yeah, this game is definitely over. I just feel like in general they can obviously still win. Otacon is now here. And now the big question. 7,000 of gold is for Vikings. So that's quite impossible, I think, to throw. But we have seen it so many times. Teams just throwing at Otacon. It happened so many times in the LCP that I'm not gonna believe in any team. Doesn't matter if you have a 7,000 lead or not. I'm not gonna believe in you until you take Otacon. I feel like this is gonna be like my threshold. I'm not believing anyone until they take Otacon. I have seen it way too many times. I mean, that's obviously gonna be the next target here. And Vikings seems like they are not gonna be too aggressive for this Otacon. Now, are they gonna be starting? They're gonna be cleaning up the wards beforehand. That's a good call. They're gonna be missing one ward though. That little Otacon wall is helping that ward out, but oh my god, so long. So clever with that, with the pink, well, not pink, but the red ward. Vikings, after cleaning up the wards, gonna be starting up Otacon. But once again, I've seen it so many times. Shogun's ultimate is gonna be missing. Meanwhile, Guri is still gonna be on the Otacon. Is Kratos on the side, but how this all happening? Guri pops the ultimate, and I feel like Aji just being left alone, and not Aji. Karsa was left alone, and Karsa is gonna be going down. But I'm talking about Aji. This might be just the next target for Vikings. Is Aji is gonna go into the hands of Guri with the double kill. And now it is the Otacon call. Vikings gonna go like, we are not like the other LCP teams. We're not gonna throw Otacon. And with no Karsa, no Aji, I feel like the other members cannot really frontline, cannot really take the smite fight. Vikings are gonna be taking the Otacon. And it seems like TLN just deciding on getting some bounty with these threats. But oh my goodness, they can't even get it. They can't even get that. As there is gonna be one kill onto the Annie, but she gets one in return. So it's absolutely gonna be worth his Betty. Betty is the next target here. He's gonna be taken down. Kill picked up by Kratos, and while this all happening, okay. Goody's gonna get the Otacon. Absolute masterclass coming from Vikings in game 2. And once again, as a reminder, whoever wins this game is gonna get first place, which means they not only get the bye to round 2, they're gonna be starting in double elimination, they also gonna be able to choose their opponent. While if you lose here, you get third place, starting in single elimination. There's a little bit more risk. So, but if as a third seed, even if you're able to choose your first opponent in round 1, you're gonna be starting in single elimination. That is a little more risk. So I feel like this match is really important to win. And for now, it's looking like Vikings might just equalize in the score, as you can see in the picture-in-picture as well. Another kill for Steelong. Wait, is Steelong the one with the most kills? We need to check that one out after this replay. Steelong with 4. Almost. Almost. The only Guru is the one with more kills with 5. You love to see that. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the Ashe comps. I'm very vocal about not liking the Ashe comps because I feel like she's not doing damage. But then you have an Annie. Basically, Ashe is your support. Basically, Steelong here is the AP carry and Ashe is just the support there. So in these situations, I'm like, that's fine. I'm not mad about this. Yeah, I feel like whenever you have an Annie, I'm not against the Ashe comps. Very situational. I'm not necessarily sure how many supports are fine with playing Annie, and how many supports are that good with Annie as Steelong. But I don't hate the Ashe here, and that's big coming from me. Woody just gonna get the Storm Surge. Oh my goodness, it's so late. He's not even able to get anyone down with it, I feel like. At this point, like, who are you even... Like, at this point, who are you even killing from Vikings? Obviously, the Storm Surge is pretty strong on Alice, but in the early games. Not when it comes to the Baron fight. That is incredibly late. And this early game comp that's supposed to be an early game comp just was never able to get ahead. And coming in now, I mean, Oji is gonna be tanking, but like... They're incredibly lacking damage compared to Guri, Kati, and Steelong. Now talking about Steelong, it's gonna be in the bush. T-Bur's available. I'm not gonna go for the stun for now, but Baron going down. They're picked up by Shogun. And I feel like this fight is just easily won by Vikings. It's Guri going in hard. Fofo tried to go for the W, not the first W from Fofo, but it is just not enough. As they're getting all the kills, only Fofo left alive is using the ultimate to get out. 25 minutes into the game, death timers are not the longest. I mean, 25 on Karsa, so is Woody. I feel like Woody can end, but they have still scrubs. I think they can just end the game. There's 25 minutes in. They're not screwing around. Wow, 26 minutes. They're on the Nexus turrets. They're gonna be kind of lacking the minions, but there's the Baron buff. There are the mites, and they're just gonna be disengaging. They know they don't wanna throw this game away here. Karsa was just about to spawn. I feel like they still could have won, but it's being safe is better. They're not falling behind. It's not like TLN would be scaling to infinity. It's fine to just leave it now and come back later. I feel like they're just still probably still could have finished it, but this is literally the last game if they lose. So it's better to be safe. I agree. But every single thing point towards Vikings having to. But every single thing point towards Vikings tying up the score. I feel like this is pretty impossible to throw at this point. How many like? What is the lead? Like 14,000? Insane lead. Like Vikings do need to lose like 2 or 3 fights in a row, get aced every single time to even TLN having any chance of winning this game. But oh, yep, that's not happening. That's not happening. Vikings coming in back. They retreated to be safe last time around, but they don't need to be anymore. All the 5 members still strong. Only Audrey is here, and as much as I like Audrey Zudir, I feel like there is not much you can do here. Vikings, incredible performance in game 2. Gonna be taking the score. Gonna be getting us into the 3rd game. And that's all I wanted from this. The last game of the regular season. Game 1, TLN looked amazing. Game 2, Vikings looked amazing. That's all I wanted. I have to give props to TLN for game 1. The team fight, it was incredible. I have to give props to SOFM and the coaching staff for game 2 because Vikings draft is incredible. Now coming into game 3, what are we gonna be getting? That is the question. Can Vikings keep this spicy draft? Do TLN have anything to say? There's now one more game left. Whoever wins gets the first place, gets to start in round 2, gets to have double elimination from the start. While whoever loses have to start in single elimination and have to start in round 1. Yeah. And once again, Ash was actually just a support to the Annie. I wasn't even kidding when I said that. Yeah, Seo Long is one of my favorite supports. This guy is insane. What is he playing? Oh, we don't know his account. I mean, there is an account that I know of him, but that account hasn't really played much. So I don't know. I don't know what he's playing in solo queue. But he played a lot of Pyke. His Pyke is insane. One more game left. There's a rookie too. Most of the Vikings are rookies. But yeah. Vikings. I feel like many people looked at this roster, and including myself, every single person was like, Vikings. I mean, they might be 4th if they're playing really well, but most people are like probably 5th. You know, maybe they can catch the likes of the SAGs, maybe. But oh boy, they are currently contesting for the 1st place as a guest team. They are absolutely proving that they are the best Vietnamese team in the LCP. And I mean, even if they lose here, I feel like they have a pretty good chance of getting to 1st stand. I feel like all these 3 teams, TLN, Vikings, and even CFO, all of those 3 teams are contesting for 1st stand. I wouldn't be surprised if this is exactly the 3 teams that are gonna be like in the lower finals and the finals. These teams wanna get to 1st stand, and whoever goes to 1st stand, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be happy. I feel like all of these are gonna be representing the LCP pretty well. But that's for tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but that's for next week. Right now, we are gonna be finding out who's gonna get the 1st place. But next week is gonna be playoffs. Just in a week, we're gonna be finding out who goes to 1st stand. But yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter if it's CFO, TLN, or Vikings. I feel like all of those 3 teams are playing amazing. Yeah, I think my ranking pre-season was probably TLN, CFO, SAG, GAM, or GAM, SAG. I don't even remember. I was probably like just partner teams on top, and then it was Vikings, DFM, Secret Whales, and Chiefs. I think something like that. Yeah, they are absolutely. Vikings have already proved they are the best Vietnamese team in LCP. And there is one step left, is to prove that they are the best team in the LCP. And they can do that. One more game, if they win, they're gonna be undoubtedly the best team, 1st seed going to playoffs. But even if they don't win the next game, that's still gonna be a pretty good place coming into playoffs. They're still gonna go into playoffs as a third. They're still gonna go into the qualifying tournament as a third seed. And I feel like they're gonna be reaching the lower finals at least. But yeah, one more game. The bye is gonna be very important to start in round 2 with double elimination. Just to eliminate all the risk. And let's see what they can cook up in game 3. Okay, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be checking on my 3D printer because it had like some issues. I'm having like a bigger project printing out right now. It has some issues. I re-leveled the bed. Let me just check if this is still good. But I'm gonna be right back very soon. Also, I'm probably gonna get some coffee. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I got some food. Got my coffee. And I'm ready to watch game 3. I'm ready for game 3. Supposed to be a banger. Players gonna be arriving back to the seats. We're gonna be in draft very soon. The last draft of the regular season. Alright. We are gonna be in draft soon. Wait, what just happened? Did something happen that I missed? Did something happen that I missed? What happened? Did something happen here? Draft! Come on, draft! Cannot wait to see what they're gonna do. Also, I guess like there's one champion who I haven't talked about, and it's quite a possibility. It's the Mal. Fofo, big Mal player. Vikings actually have banned the Mal against him last game. But let's see if the Mal is gonna stay banned this time around, and let's see if Fofo would wanna pick the Mal. Fofo is probably our biggest Mal player in the league. I mean, Cody also played some Mals from what I can tell in solo queue. I mean, Cody has also been practicing the Mal. However, if there is a Mal player, this is Fofo. We might be seeing Mal coming up. Is that on blue side for TLN? Last time around, they won on blue side, but again, that was more of a team fighting. That was not in draft. I feel like game 1, the draft was pretty similar. It was team fighting that really got the victory for TLN. One more game to decide it all. There is only one team so far, namely CFO, who was able to take down TLN in a series. Let's see if Vikings can do the same. TLN has already lost this week against CFO in that match. But they're not planning to end the regular season with a loss. I don't think so. Come on, let's get into draft. I want to see what is the response from TLN, because last game it looked like they went for comfort. It looked like they didn't think about draft as much. They just went for the early game. And once the early game didn't go too well, it feels like they were just out of tools. Felt like Vikings were just so far up ahead. They had a comp, they had an idea, and they just executed it perfectly. That's game 3. The last game of the regular season. This is how it ends. One game. Whoever wins gets first place, gets the bye, gets round 2. Whoever loses, third seed, have to play round 1. More risk because that's single elimination. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. I mean, they're probably still gonna be winning that match, but nonetheless, more risk still. It does feel like that LCP. It does feel like LCP right now has 3 very distinctly strong teams. CFO, one of them, we have just beaten TLN 2 days ago. And then TLN and Vikings also in the top 3. Playoffs is gonna be incredibly interesting, nonetheless, who wins here. I feel like all of these 3 teams have a chance to get into first stand. I wouldn't be surprised to see either of them there. But it's not over. But we are not done with the regular season, since there's one more game for the first place. Aurora for TLN, strong start, but Ezreal and Lee Sin for Vikings. Also quite a strong combo, and just comfort. That's absolutely I feel like Ezreal and Lee Sin are one of the most comfortable champions for junglers and ADCs. Those have been in the meta for like 10 years at this point. So definitely So I feel like no matter, so I feel like it's just gonna be comfort all across the board for Vikings. But the Pantheon picked for Talon. Carson and Woody both plays the Pantheon. I'm just saying it right now. Could be a Pantheon support, could be a Pantheon jungle, we don't know yet. There's the Gragas. That's gonna be Aegis Gragas picked up. I guess like technically could be support Gragas or jungle Gragas. There is still flexibility in this draft. And I guess like this could be Aura top or mid. There is so much flexibility, but my assumption here is that this Gragas is gonna be Aegis Gragas as the Karma. I love the Karma. Sivlong's Karma, most likely it's gonna be Sivlong's Karma. I absolutely love the Karma. Actually, 3 members of Talon, I've seen the 3 members of them playing the Karma. Karma right now is incredibly strong, but somehow she made it to game 3. But now she's gonna be picked by Vikings. Ezreal Karma is an incredibly strong lane. And also when it comes to team fights, the shielding is just, I think, people underrated, hard underrated. I'm definitely a big fan of Karma. I don't know how she's not more popular right now in this meta. But Vikings might be proving me right or might be proving me wrong. Because now, seems like Vikings expecting this Pantheon to be jungle. Coming in with the Lulu ban. Talon still have the whole bot lane up and open. They're still hesitating what to pick there. There's not gonna be that many ADC bans. I mean, there's the Jhin now. But I feel like maybe the Varus, Kaisa, Ezreal, Misfortune, all of those being picked already. Or are we gonna be seeing a Jinx? I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't necessarily hate a Jinx here. This might be a good Jinx angle, if I'm being honest, or Talon. As for Vikings, I mean, if Vikings really wanna cook here, then they can still just pick the Leona and have the Karma mid, Karma top, maybe even. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. The Maokai likely gonna be going for Kratos, having some front line. Yep, this is likely gonna be a Jinx for Talon. Out of all the ADCs left, I guess. The next in the priority list is gonna be Jinx. Or no, just not the Lucian Nami. I really wouldn't like the Lucian Nami here. They're gonna go for once again those early damages. No, this is gonna be a Jinx. It's gonna be the Jinx. And the Poppy is pretty good actually. I feel like there's just a lot of CC. I feel like there's just a lot of CC. Followed up by the Aurora and the Pantheon who says CC. Gragas has a massive CC as well. I feel like the Poppy would be good here, but I guess like Leona's still up. Even the... Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the Poppy. Poppy would be good here. Unless they cook up something, but it's gonna be the Poppy. Caitlyn Lux. I wouldn't like the Caitlyn Lux here if I'm being honest. I wouldn't like the Caitlyn Lux because they just rely too much on like their damage is more like bursty. And there's a Karma who can just shield it up. Are they still gonna go for it? Wait, am I still correct here? Oh, I was correct! So it's gonna be Kati's. I was like, the Leona would be so good here, but I'm not sure if Kati would be playing the Karma. But they're actually gonna be doing that. The Ezreal Leona still coming up. Incredibly strong combo in the bot lane. And they're gonna be rotating the Karma to the mid lane. Oh yeah, I mean, I know it's gonna be top lane Maokai. They needed some front line. That was always the case. And this time around, I feel like the drafts are more equalized, if that makes sense. Game 2, that was absolutely a draft nirvana for Vikings. Masterclass from SOFM. This time around it's more equalized, I'd say. The Karma is really good. I love the Karma here. With the Lee Sin, obviously, with the Lee Sin with the Ezreal, I just feel like she's gonna be insanely powerful. The shield is gonna be insanely powerful in the team fights for both of them. All those objective fights are gonna be very hard to beat the Vikings in. On the other side though, if the Jinx gets ahead, that might be problematic. Aegis Gragas, I mean, we're gonna see what build he goes for, but I feel like Aegis Gragas is also gonna be quite strong. Pantheon jungle can be at any point in the map in seconds. And who was there even there really? And yeah, and Aurora. Aurora is just Aurora. A pretty OP pick. So I feel like draft is gonna be about equal for both teams. If I have to give a little edge to someone, might be Vikings because I just really like the karma. But I feel like Talon just has OP champions anyways, so I wouldn't necessarily say anyone has like hard won the draft here, if that makes sense. Because now we're gonna be entering the game soon.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The last game of the regular season. I feel like I like both drafts. I kind of like Vikings a little more, maybe because of the karma. I just love the karma so much. The question about their damage, I'm not necessarily sure if they can out damage Talon. I mean, there's definitely... I mean, I was the one who was always complaining about the Ashe and how she lacks the damage. And now I'm praising the karma, I know. It's all gonna be depending on how damagey of Guri is gonna be. Yeah, but I feel like karma can still do damage. Like, people really underestimate the karma damage, while she also can shield others pretty well. So I feel like Vikings are not gonna be having damage issues. But we'll see. If the Jinx get ahead, if the Aurora gets ahead, then they're gonna be out damaged 100%. They have to shut those. They have to shut those champions down. That's definitely the case. But I was very impressed with Vikings so far. So I wouldn't expect anything else from them. So I wouldn't expect. Is the Talon gonna be going for the mid swap? Vikings have been doing the mid swap for the whole game, and it is gonna be Talon this time around, trying to use the Vietnamese technology against them. This is a very distinctly Vietnamese type of swap, when you swap the bot laner to the mid. As oh, meanwhile, we're going into Fofo on the top side, while Vikings are gonna be going for the more traditional swap, which is the bot lane to the top. Trying to get Shogun ahead, and I feel like Fofo is not really gonna have any tools to defend himself until there is level 6. So far, this is honestly looking good for the Vikings. I feel like Barry wasn't really able to get that much of a lead. Fofo was not able to get a single CS so far, by the way. That's the first one for him. Yeah, they have to swap Woody to the top. Fofo is getting destroyed so far, my goodness. Shogun is gonna get well set up. I feel like this is gonna be quite an aggressive start for Vikings. Vikings early game are gonna be pretty strong. And even with Woody around it, trying to harass Fofo out. I'm very impressed with Shogun so far, not gonna lie. Oh, they're gonna be flashing in? Sorry, ignite, but yeah. I'm not gonna be enough for the kill, but I mean, Fofo basically just have to recall here, right? Good is also around. Steven Long once again. This guy has been incredible in all the 3 games we've seen so far. Now Good is here. I feel like this is just an easy die for them. They have to be a little bit careful because Corso is here as also the Poppy shield. Oh. They were not careful. They were not careful. First we're gonna go to Talon. And this is gonna put Shogun a tiny bit behind, I feel like. Well, immediately we're gonna go to Betty, trying to get at least something. Q is sitting. Is he gonna go for that? No. The Lee syndrome is not... Guri does not have the Lee syndrome, it seems like. He's gonna be playing it safe. This is a really nice rotation from Karsa. It's just gonna be equal. Once again, like, Vikings early game was still pretty good. This one kill just gonna make sure that the gold is equalized for the time being. But this is not the end of the world, obviously. Because of the new feed system, even the first blood is not gonna be mattering as much. It is not over just yet. However, that was nice from Karsa. Props to him, and Fofo is gonna be a little bit set off. He was struggling hard in the first few levels. But now with this one kill and also just swapping him to the bot, I feel like Fofo is gonna have an easier game now, so at least that part is not gonna be going for Vikings anymore. Skarsa, can you help this game out? Alji, gonna be back to the top. It seems like TLN is gonna keep up the mid swap. Just gonna put the mid lane. Just gonna put the mid laner in. Just gonna put the bot laner in the mid lane. Once again, using the patented Vietnamese technology against the best Vietnamese teams. I think we can say that Vikings is the best Vietnamese team. And while this all had been happening, Betty is gonna get ahead a little here in the lane. Karsa gonna be starting up the drops. But meanwhile, oh, Aji might be caught out here. Aji has level 6 just now. So I feel like this is gonna be much harder to gank or just even engage on Aji. First drop gonna go to Talons. I feel like they're gonna get all the 3. I mean, Guri can still contest it. I feel like they're gonna be contesting it. Kati also here with the shield. Enchanted shield as well. Oh, look at that. Enchanted Q from Kati is gonna deal so much damage. That's what I mean. People underrate the Karma's damage, but holy. People look at Karma as like an enchanter support, but she has good shielding. No, she has good shielding, no question about that. However, her damage is insane. Those enchanted Qs. Insane as Guri. Nice shield up. Guri gonna have to... Okay, also nice little traps from Jinx. Gonna be stopping Guri. Not gonna be engaging now. TLN has played this early game, I think, pretty well. As long as they could have had. But that doesn't mean that Vikings have not played bad. But it doesn't mean that Vikings haven't played great. I feel like both teams are doing as much as they can. So far, pretty good as now. Fofo gonna put the ultimate, but ultimate is gonna be running out before he could jump away. And now there comes Karsa with the help, but he's gonna be going down. Kot is gonna be the one getting the kill. Now with Aji here, can he at least get a trade kill back? Can he at least that one? I don't know. Aji gonna do Kratos with the jump. Gonna be dodging Aji's ultimate. Now he has to flash away, and Aji's gonna be the one in the problem. He's gonna be the one. He's gonna be going down. Who gets the kill? It's gonna be Guri. Absolutely fantastic reply from Vikings. They're gonna get the dragon as well. Even if they missed out on the shriek, even if they missed out on the grub camp, they're gonna be getting the dragon. It seems like I don't think Karsa can really contest that. Woody is gonna be walking around, but yeah, it's just not happening. I'm sorry. And Vikings, once again, amazing early game. And coming into around 10 minutes, they're gonna extend their lead. Not by much, just a little. However, now Guri has to fight back here. There's the Jinx rocket coming from Betty. Not gonna be doing that much damage, just pretty earlier on. Guri though gonna be quite low. Fofo is still sticking around. They have to be careful with the Aurora, but It doesn't seem like they would do too much. TLN is just gonna be happy with getting a scuttle. It started pretty well. Fofo kind of mistimed, I feel like, the ultimate here. Like, probably should have just popped it after the ultimate was hitting him, just so he can get like to jump up. I feel like there was a bit of a miscalculation there. Meanwhile, on the picture, Costa just gonna get a kill. Costa gonna get a carry. But that was an amazing sidestep by Kratos, by the way. We're probably gonna get the replay of what happened. Okay, so what just happened here? Was there a simple dive? I mean, I like the karma. I feel like her shield is pretty good, but yeah, what do you do against? What is ultimate? Let's wait, Woody? Oh, execute. That was like, sure it wasn't a kill, right? That was an execute. TLN fighting back. Fire with fire. And this is all I could have asked for a game 3. Game 1 was a little bit Vikings favored, but after that, TLN has just kind of stomped. They had pretty good team fighting. Game 2 was absolutely, from start to finish, Vikings favored. And game 3, we're having potentially a closer game. At least it feels like both comps are gonna be about the same coming into the different stages of the game. I mean, if we go super late game, the Jinx is probably gonna get better, but I feel like for now, this is about the same. Now TLN gonna be starting the grubs. If they get the 6 grubs, that would definitely just jumpstart that early game. Vikings early game has been quite fine as... Oh, still long. Going in for the engage, but there it is. Poppy shoot is so good from Woody. They're gonna be taking down still long. As there's the feed for TLN, but can they close out this fight? As Karsh is already down. Goody though. Good on the side. Wanna take down Betty as well. And who's left? Who can deal the damage? Fofus has to flash out as well. Vikings have won. They lost the feed, but they have won, and they might even gonna go for the dive here. Okay, and that's a little bit too dangerous. I mean, there's still Ashi's ultimate. That's it. I haven't even realized TLN has only gotten 1 single grub, so 2 grubs for Vikings. Well, this all happening. TLN, can they get Kratos down? I don't think so. They have to be careful. Obviously, Guri can just turn it anytime. So 2 grubs for Vikings. I mean, mites for TLN, I guess, but just 4 grubs. That's they got the kill feed with the first 3, but they lost more members after. So it feels like that TLN has not really gotten anything in the big picture. They got very small victories, but oh my god, Guri! Oh my god, look at the Guri with the insta coming for the double stun. That's what I mean, like TLN has gotten small wins with the feed, with the grubs, but in the grand scheme of things, this is just so much better for Vikings. The gold is still gonna be inside that 1k. Absolutely. The game is wide open still. There's not even any... I mean, the only real lead is for Maokai, which is like... I mean, that's just the Maokai. So even that one doesn't really matter as much. Besides that, everyone is like completely equal. Look at that, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Everyone is completely equal right now. I guess like TLN has just 4 grubs, like that's it. But this game is absolutely equal as we're speaking right now. Fofo gonna be having first on the companion. I love these. I love these millennials who doesn't need Ceros. Also, Kata is gonna go for more supportive build on the Karma, it seems like. Vikings gonna get their second dragon. This is gonna be a Cloud Soul. mountain! That'll be a mountain. It's actually pretty good against Talon. I mean, it's good for both teams. It would be good for any one of them. But now there's a mountain soul. I mean, Vikings, you have your objective now. I feel like that would be quite a strong soul to pick up. Even though Talon kind of has like a constant damage, but nonetheless, I feel like they're just even more shield. So many shields with the mount if they get the mountain and the karma. Talon has been quite quiet for a while. However, after this wave pushing in under the threat, Kratos, you might be in trouble. There is still long immediately coming in. Also the ultimate from Kratos, making sure that they're gonna be chunking down this bot duo before the dive happens, as there might just not be a dive happening. Eventual ultimate is gonna be dodged, but yeah, I feel like there's just no dive happening. Kratos cleaned up the minions pretty well. It's not diveable anymore. Well played by Kratos. Even cars are gonna be recalling, and I feel like Betty is gonna be kind of set up here. I don't think they can take down this turret, but I mean, Kratos alone is not gonna be able to do that much. Jinx is insane range, like even outside the turret range can take Kratos down. That's gonna be a pretty tanky Maokai, especially with Steel Long also arriving. I don't necessarily think this is gonna be a kill to Kratos, but Jinx gonna get the first turret, and with that one, Talon is gonna get the feat. So, even if they're a tiny bit behind in the game, Talon gonna get the feat. I don't think it's that important. I feel like feats are gonna be coming handy later on, but it's not gonna be game deciding. Nonetheless, I mean, they're gonna have that one. Anything to give a tiny bit of an advantage in this early game. But now, some bigger objective is the Herald. That's gonna be spawning now. Talon is around that. Woody. Okay, Woody is a bit too forward here. I feel like he's trying to sneak out what's happening when and get some damage here. See long. Now, Fofo. Gonna pop the ultimate immediately in response to Kratos'. No ultimate for Fofo, but he is now up and alive. Flash still available, didn't have to use anything else. And I feel like this might be just a go button for Talon. Oh, Ozzy. Gonna be using the ultimate and Guri, but not gonna be following up one more. Wait, meanwhile on the bot side, there's gonna be a fight happening. Shogun is gonna be quite far away from the fight. Woody's ultimate is really nice. Still has already taken down, but that's just the support. Can they get the damage dealers down as well? They have to be careful. Betty is on the wrong side. Betty is quite far away from the fight. I'm not sure if they can keep this up. Though, I mean, the range is pretty high on the Jinx. Woody has the Prowler recall. He's quite low. He cannot really continue this fight. I don't know if either team can take this Herald at this point. They need to find more kills for it to be safe, and I think that's exactly gonna be the case here. Gonna be retreating a little as Betty gonna go for more farm on the mid lane. Talon is just gonna go for farming more. Woody's ultimate has been so good here. Oh, what's happening there? Fofo has to flash away, but now that's pretty nice knock up on Fofo. I'm just watching the picture. Better get swapping there. Wait, ultimate from Ozzy is not gonna be hitting as many people as Vedas. Like meanwhile, also Shogun is gonna get a kill. The picture is full of action. Here as Shogun is gonna take down Woody, but Ozzy's ultimate is not catching the other members from Vikings, and this is just gonna grant Vikings the Herald, it seems like. So while Talon has gotten the feat, no question about that, they were a bit ahead. No, they cannot get the Herald, but oh, Guri is gonna immediately be taken down. They cannot even pick out the eye. Guri is immediately after that was taken down. Gonna be guarding that eye there for a while, and I don't think Vikings can get it. I feel like Talon has won it. I mean, I guess like not really. They're gonna be trading 1 kills, and and it still got the Herald, just couldn't pick up the Ice, so if anything, this is more just like a equal trade. Okay, I feel like Talon has not really won that fight, but I mean, 1 for 1, guarded the Eye of the Herald. It's still gonna be fine. Yep, I mean, it's looking quite crazy, but just look at the numbers on the left side, 700 and 1000. There hasn't been a real gold lead in this game so far. Talon, though, is gonna be stopping the Vikings from taking that. Talon is gonna be stopping the Vikings from taking that soul. I mean, Vikings are still pretty fast on taking the first 2, so they can get the soul if it comes to like 30 minutes, but it's still gonna be delaying the game. But it's still gonna be delaying that at least with 5 more minutes. I feel like Talon is very slowly like getting super small advantages. But with all things considered, this is an extremely equal game. This is like the 5th time I'm saying this, but this game is equal. Like, anyone can still win. There are no clear winners so far. Talon is like super smallly winning, I think. But I'm gonna be trusting in this Karma. This Karma shield is gonna be incredible coming into the team fights. So I feel like there is still gonna be a chance for Vikings to win. And also there's gonna be a chance for either team to throw at Atakan. As we haven't seen an Atakan throw today, but it's kind of a tradition in the LCP. So I'm not sure if we can escape that one in our very last regular season game as... Oh, they're just gonna be jumping onto Steel Long. Also, ultimate from Ozzy is gonna be pretty good. And they can get Shogun as well. They can get Shogun. Of course they can Shogun. I feel like Good is gonna kind of saving Goody, but that's fine. Like, they got 2 kills. And this is just Atakan. I mean, Goody is alive. I'm just saying. Oh my god, surely. Chat. In our very last regular season game, surely we're not gonna be seeing an Atakan throw, right? Vikings very wisely just got the turret, at least get something. As Guri is sticking around, but I do not think that he's gonna be there in the Atakan in time. There's gonna be Karsa as well, even ulting for the Atakan. They're being very safe. And Talon, no throws in our very last match of the regular season. Talon gonna get the Atakan, and it seems like they're well set to win the game. Everyone expected Talon to be the best team in the LCP, and they wanna prove all of those right, including myself. I expected them to be the best. If Talon wins here also, my prediction is gonna be 100% correct. Is that them if they want to? I mean, they've thrown this so much. Guri could just anyways just go in like winning the smite fight. That's why I don't like the Atakan. I feel like this is like an elder type of situation, and it's even worse just for the jungler to just go in and die but get the smite. And even if he gets the smite, he's not even gonna be dying, just withdrawing. So I really hate Atakan. I talked about this before yesterday as well. They 100% could have, like, there's not, the only way you can like 100% get Atakan is the enemy jungler is down, and Guri was not down in that case. Fight! Oh, coming, breaking in. Guri, gonna be found out here. Okay, that was not a bad actually ultimate from Aji, but Guri gonna be still keeping alive as, I mean, okay, the Talon is gonna be kind of trolling, but false life, I mean, Talon kind of gonna be trolling here, I feel like. Aji's ultimate was, I mean, hitting on Guri, but like there was no follow-up there. Guri was able to just still do the damage. Okay, this is, I mean, false life, baby. False life. It doesn't matter. Talon trolling a little. We just turn off their monitors, but doesn't matter. False life. This is false life, but very real gold that they're gonna be getting from this turret if they keep pushing. Oh, teleport coming in? Wait, teleport coming in from Kari? Is it even Kari's teleport? Wait, well, sorry, that's Kratos's, but this doesn't really change the fact that one of half was a teleport. What? What was the teleport? Okay, Fofo is gonna be going now, but it's also just a false life. Wait, it's just gonna be 2 kills for them? And what was the tippy? I'm in awe. But I feel like Kratos went a little too much there. I mean, they didn't use at least the flash, so it's not gonna be wasted there, but not using the flash, I mean, I think that he also knew at the start of the TP that is kinda gonna be a troll one. Oh, what? Talon just gonna get so much out of this. I mean, this is the Khan. I mean, this is how it all started. This fight. Guri was caught out here. That ultimate was not too bad, but still long immediately jumping back in and taking down Aji. Taking the false life. This is the fight. How it all started. It looked like TLN just gonna be wasting the Atakan. They couldn't get anything. But after that, they just gave a freebie to TLN. They were like, oh, TLN, I've seen you guys haven't really taken anything out of this Atakan. Let me just give you guys a few kills. Shogun also died. And Kratos also died here. What? They're just a freebie as now. Jinx is gonna be extremely up and alive. This is lower accurate powder here. Gonna be already taking down Steel Long, and I feel like that's just an easy dragon for TLN. They're gonna be their second mountain dragon. The soul is still gonna be quite far away, but it doesn't matter. 2 mountains. I mean, it's already gonna be pretty strong in itself. Just like this. Lower accurate Jinx coming out. I mean, sorry, it's not even a powder. I was yapping. It's not the lower accurate powder, it's the lower accurate Jinx. Powder would never do damage like that. I mean, maybe to his own. Maybe to our own team. Yeah, this is the accurate Jinx right there. Jesus! Okay, look at the damage. Okay, and at this point, TLN's damage is just gonna be too much. Vikings, I feel like did the same thing as in game 1. They give so many freebies to TLN. Absolutely unwarranted fights here. I mean, they basically just made TLN lose the Atakan, and after this they should have just be like, that's fine. We're just gonna wait out the 2 minutes. But they teleported in? That was the weirdest part for me. And after this TLN, I mean, they're just getting everything. Guri gotta be in a very wrong spot here. I feel like that's an engagement to Guri, right? I mean, Aji still looking around, and Guri is gonna be playing it safe. If Guri dies here, they're just a Baron. So you have to be very careful. I kept praising Vikings, and I still think that they are a strong team. Even if they lose here, I feel like they're gonna do well in playoffs. They're still gonna have a chance in playoffs to win the whole LCP to get to first stand. And I feel like any one of those, CFO, TLN or Vikings, can get to first stand. It's still, I feel like it's still an open, I feel like it's still a completely open spot. However, in this game, at this time around, it's looking like TLN is gonna be winning. As when I said that I like the, yeah, that's true. When I said that I like the Karma, I didn't mean like the crown, legends, or whatever the second item is. I didn't mean that Karma. That's a support Karma. I thought this Karma is gonna be building some AP items, not like the absolute support build. This is actually just a support Karma. I thought there's gonna be more AP on the Karma. Now that I know, now that I see the build, I'm like, yeah, this is lacking damage. This Karma should have built more damage. I feel like damage Karma is pretty strong. And like your shield is also scaling with AP. You would have even stronger shields. I don't understand this build. As it seems like TLN though. TLN happy to see that one. As the Guru is gonna get quite low. Kratos still on the Shogun trying to fight Karsa. Karsa is gonna be quite low, but Fofo popping the ultimate. Fofo's damage is insane at this point. Together with the Jinx. Jinx 2 and Jinx 3. Wait, Jinx... Oh... Fofo's gonna get that's the 4th kill as Quadra kill for Betty! Now, this is low accurate Jinx. Wait, that was also Quadra, right? That was like the 2 kids, Vander... No, that's just a triple. Okay, that's better than low accurate Jinx. I'm sorry. And TLN... Can they just end? TLN? Wait, I think they're just ending. What? They're just ending. TLN just gonna be ending. Still long is here. I mean, Shogun Guri also gonna be respawning very soon, but can they even take this? I don't think so. TLN is just gonna be ending. TLN just gonna be ending games 3. As now they're locking in that they are the best team in the regular season in the LCP. Locking in the 1st spot. I'm gonna be sending 3. They're gonna be sending Vikings down to the 3rd place. I'm gonna be honest. This game, I would have liked a little more damage karma. They made mistakes. But I'm still happy to see these Vikings. I feel like coming into playoffs, Talon is gonna be their team to beat. But CFO and Vikings also looking incredibly strong. And both of those teams have it in them to beat Talon, to beat each other. It's an open book at the moment. I have no idea who's coming. I have no idea who's going to first end. I mean, Talon is probably gonna be the favorites, but like, CFO has just taken down Talon. Vikings was also kind of close to take down Talon. They could have even won game 1. So I feel like it's an open book. Any of these 3 teams can go to playoffs. We are about to see, I think, one of the most exciting playoffs across the regions. I'm not unbiased, obviously. And this is gonna be next week. Starting on Tuesday, ending on Sunday, we're gonna have the whole playoffs in one single week. There are no questions about high octane action. Yeah. There are no questions about high octane action coming in there. I would personally expect the lower finals to be CFO Vikings, and the finals would be whoever wins that one against Talon. That is my personal prediction, but anything can happen. And I cannot wait to watch all these 3 teams in a BO5 matchup because round 3 and round 4 the finals gonna be BO5s. I cannot wait to see these teams cooking in a potentially 5 game series. I feel like Vikings, this draft is fine. I just would have liked if Karma built more damage, but their drafting has been nice. I was really happy to see Vikings drafting, and I just want to see more. I want to see more from both of these teams. I want to see more from our CFO, and we're going to be seeing more from them on starting Tuesday. Anyone can beat. Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm feeling. I feel like it's going to be just who shows up on the day. And also, to be fair, next week is going to be really long. Starting Tuesday, basically games every single day. That is incredible. Games every single day. So yeah, it's really gonna be just who can have their mantle up, who can have the momentum. Like Vikings are gonna be starting in round 1. Maybe they're gonna have the momentum, who knows? Maybe they're gonna just have the momentum, like playing every single day. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they're just like gonna, just gonna keep going. And with this match, and after this match, Talon. Okay, are we gonna be seeing actually standings? I'm gonna wait until we see the standings and then do my skit. Yeah, this match was incredible. I feel like the drafting was fine. I just don't understand why build the support karma. There was the Malignance and all of that on the karma. I don't understand that. Player of the match. It's gonna be Fofo. Well, no surprises about that. I think Fofo has had a pretty good performance. I don't understand why he's sometimes put on these like control mages like the Azir. Okay, his Azir was pretty good, but like the Talia, he has done a lot. But I feel like he is also I like him on the damage champions, assassins and such. But like his other champions, his control mages are also really good. Obviously, is he the best mid laner in the LCP? I mean, it has to be, right? Most likely at this point. As now, don't forget, guys. Okay. I'm gonna talk a little bit more. After this, I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about the season. What do I expect from playoffs? Also, I'm gonna be waiting because I think Vikings probably gonna be choosing SAG, I would expect. Vikings probably gonna be choosing SAG, but like we'll see. I think the team choices are gonna be also revealed very soon. Like what is gonna be our first matchup on Tuesday. I would expect the Tuesday matchups to be Vikings versus SAG. And the other one to be Secret West versus Gam. I think like that's pretty obviously gonna be that, but we're gonna be seeing what Vikings choose. I'm not sure if Vikings would probably choose SAG, like, right? I feel like Vikings could beat all those teams, like Secret Phase and GAM as well. I feel like they can just beat any one of them. It's not a big deal for them, but yeah, I just Ryan, like I feel like that's what it would be. Give it, where is my... After this game, we have the official ending. After this game, we have the official standing. This is how the regular season is gonna be ending. Talon first, CFO second. They're gonna have a bye to round 2. While in a single elimination, round 1 is gonna be starting Vikings. They can choose their opponent, but I would assume they're gonna be picking the SAG. And other match likely gonna be Secret Phase versus GAM. The first 3 teams are Talon, CFO, Vikings. And I'm just gonna be putting this out here. I guess which co-streamer was the only one who predicted it correctly. I'm just gonna, I'm not even saying a single word. I'm just gonna leave this graphic here, you know. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna say things like I told you so, or I might be on my analyst arc or anything like that. I'm just like leaving this here. Absolutely. Obviously, I knew every single outcome. I didn't jinx a single match throughout my obviously I knew every single match's outcome. I wouldn't have said such things like DFM might be making playoffs. That wasn't me. This is me. This is the only public graphic of what I was saying. And all the other predictions that I had, I mean, they didn't I gave predictions for every single match, but thankfully those are not published by LCP. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the single graphic that has been published, which is showing that I was 100% correct. Yeah, Talon, CFO, Vikings, those 3 teams, I feel like anyone can win LCP at this point. But it's gonna be Talon and CFO in the first round. Like in the second round, so in getting the bye. And I want to talk more about the matchups, but I do wonder if we're gonna be seeing the choices here. I mean, it's very obvious again. I would be shocked if the first 2 matches are not CFO Vikings. Oh, sorry, the first matches are not Vikings, GAM, and Secret Phase. I can't even know. Vikings, SAG, and Secret Phase, GAM. I would be shocked if the first matchups are not that, but we're gonna be seeing if there is a choice made here. I don't know how long the teams can choose. I would expect... Yeah. So here's it, how our qualifying series, our playoffs is gonna be looking like. I would assume that Vikings choosing SAG. But I don't know, maybe they want some Vietnamese battle. Probably gonna be choosing SAG. As TSV in that case will be playing against GAM. This would be on Tuesday in just 2 days. That's quite crazy. And that is, keep in mind, single elimination. Whoever loses in the round 1, whoever loses here in round 1 are out. No more chances. But whoever wins is gonna get to round 2, and from round 2 it's gonna be double elim. So that's why the bye is really important for Talon and CFO. They are gonna have an extra life. They don't have to risk anything. I mean, I guess like Vikings could beat GAM or SAG still. I don't think it's gonna be too much of a hassle for them. But it's a little more risk, you know, just a little more risk. I would expect, as I said before, I would expect them to be, yeah. And it seems like they haven't chosen their opponents just yet, but I would not think that Vikings choosing GAM. I think Vikings are gonna be choosing, it's not BO1, it's gonna be BO3. All of them are BO3s. All of them are going to be BO3s, but the single elim, yes, I mean single elim. I mean, GAM has, I'm going to be honest, GAM has looked really bad. Like, GAM has looked really, really bad. I mean, SAG is really hard to assess. Like, they also looked really bad, so I don't know. I feel like Vikings just can beat any one of them. I would expect them to be more familiar with the... I mean, maybe Vikings are more familiar with GAM from scrims, so they are like we know them from scrims and we can beat them because we have beaten them like 20 times in scrims. But they're probably gonna pick an SAG. I'm just like, if they pick GAM, I wouldn't be like, you know, like it's over. I wouldn't be like it's over. I think this doesn't matter. I just think it really doesn't matter. As now, let's right. Let me talk a little bit, I think, about the playoffs, and then we're gonna be maybe watching some Korean solo queue. So I want to talk a little bit about playoffs. And for that, I'm gonna be LCP lol. I don't know when they are gonna be choosing their opponents, but alright, wait, how can I? Is it this camera? Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Alright, is it? I think it's fine like this, right? Okay. Alright, everyone. I want to talk a little bit about playoffs. After this game, we are now having our teams logged in. Oh, wait, they already chosen? Wait. Have they already chosen? Wait, what? Are they? Wait, I need to check this. Have they? Or... I mean, or are they just assuming? Are they just assuming that, I mean, it's probably gonna be SAG, but I'm not necessarily sure if Vikings have already chosen. That's quite fast. Have they chosen anyone? Wait. Do you guys know anything about this? Or is it just like a most likely scenario and they're like, that's gonna be happening? Yeah, I don't think they have chosen. Have they? Wait. Yeah, I don't think so. That's probably just an assumption. Okay, this is an assumption, but I would also be surprised if this is not the case. So, let's talk a little bit about playoffs. I feel like the start of the playoffs is gonna be somewhat like expected. I don't think the start of the playoffs is gonna be that surprising. If Vikings actually choose SAG, I don't think they have already chosen that. I don't know why LOLpedia says that. I don't think it's decided. Is it like on the, maybe like on the league side? No, it's not. I have no idea like how did they get this, but this is the most likely scenario. They're probably just expecting this to happen, but this is the most likely scenario. In this case, SAG Vikings. These teams have already met beforehand. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up as well, just the regular season. I'm gonna make some predictions. The start is not gonna be too surprising, but I still wanna make some predictions. So week 2, Vikings have beaten SAG. Now, this was still at the time when SAG was facing issues like they didn't have a gaming house, they couldn't practice. It's like, yeah, but even week 4, like I think when was Chinese New Year? It was like right after, right? So this was right before Chinese New Year, and SAG had problems. It was solved. After this week, they got their gaming house. After this week, they were able to start screaming. But I want to be honest, even after New Year, it just, SAG looked bad. Against TLN, actually, they didn't look that bad. Okay, against TLN, they were like, But against Chiefs, okay, that was Chiefs. Against TSV, they looked actually pretty bad. And even in the DFM match, it was like just a bunch of throws. Like DFM actually could have taken games. It was just a bunch of throws. Which is, by the way, there is a YouTube video about that now up on the channel. It's called Game of Throws about this match. It is crazy. So I feel like SAG is not in a good form. Like after New Year, apparently they are now able to practice well, but like there were videos about them saying that like it's still not perfect and everything. It's like, I guess like it's a little bit better for them, but it's just, it doesn't look like that. Like it doesn't look like this team is improving too much. Even against DFM, they made the exact same mistakes that they have done against like some like a GAM or CFO in week 1. So I don't think this next 2 days is going to be really helping SAG. Maybe the victory against DFM just give them a little boost. Who knows? But I don't think it's just really feeling bad for them right now. And I don't think in these 2 days they can do much. And because of that, as BO3s, I think it's going to be Vikings 2-0. I'm going to be predicting 2-0 because they just, SAG just threw so much. Like SAG is just so, like throwing, every single game they're throwing. Yeah, there's no official confirmation yet on the matchups. SAG just throwing every single game. I cannot give them a game against Vikings. Vikings have looked incredible. I mean, TLN was also great, but I feel like if this was anyone else than TLN or CFO, then Vikings could have just won. So I'm going to give this to Vikings 2-0. Actually, I'm going to bring up my epic pen. Oh, and I cannot because this is just a window capture. Never mind. I feel like Vikings is going to be winning 2-0 here. As for TSV GAM, once again, like Secret Veil is just getting better and better throughout the season. This is a team that I put, just name power alone, I put them second to last. And now they ended like 5th, I think. But they took down CFO on a day, so they are definitely a team who has some potential. They're not in the top 3, I think, but they still have some potential. And GAM has been, I don't know what's happening with GAM. GAM has been incredibly underperforming. Like, I don't know what's up with them. Even when they have like those like what comp, like even when they have like the Nocturne comes or Levi, I feel like this is just still like not really doing that great. I don't like them. I don't like how they're playing. There's something going on with GAM. And yeah, I don't think that they can win against Secret Veils, who have been performing pretty well. Like Secret Veils has actually been amazing, I think. 1 second, let me just how can I copy my, how can I have the chat in like OBS? Oh, like this. 1 sec. There you go. All right, let's talk about more. TSC versus GAM. I feel like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is gonna be a victory for TSV. I might be giving 1 game to GAM if they improve in this like next 2 days. But their match against each other, TSV looked better. I'm gonna be honest, TSV did look better. So I'm gonna give it to TSV. Probably 2-1. I will give 2-1. I wouldn't want to say like 2-0. I think 2-1. So 2-0 for Vikings and 2-1 for TSV so far. And when it comes to round 2, TLN can select either of these opponents, which I would assume TSV or Vikings. I mean, after this game, I think TLN is going to be picking TSV. I think they will be picking TSV. And Vikings would then go for a rematch against CFO, which is pretty fun because they have beaten CFO last time around. And I feel like CFO was a little sick. I mean, so there is that as well. CFO was undoubtedly sick when they got beaten by Vikings. But I mean, Vikings just in general playing really well. So, oh sorry, not TSV beat them, not Vikings. Sorry. TSV beat them. But TSV is a little bit sick when they played against the CFO. I feel like TLN would pick TSV. I feel like TLN would be winning like 2-1. I would give like 1 game to TSV because they actually have been impressive, but I think like 2-1 TLN is going to be winning that. Vikings versus CFO. That was actually one of their first games That was like the second match, right? So that was the first match. That was the very first match. CFO won that one, but only 2-1, and that was like the first ever match in the LCP. So I feel like Vikings have improved ever since then. Vikings versus CFO, absolutely impossible to predict. Absolutely, I'm incapable of predicting who's winning here. I feel like, I don't know. Honestly, anyone, like it's literally just no idea, 50-50. Anyone can win here. I feel like TLN would be TSV, then TLN would be here. Then whoever wins here is gonna be like CFO or Vikings. So yeah, I mean CFO Vikings here, I would assume that whoever loses that match is gonna just win the losers bracket. And these are the last 2 rounds. I feel like these are gonna be the most important rounds. I cannot wait to watch them. BO5's incredible hype. BO5's, I wanna see 5-game Fearless. I don't believe personally in 3-game Fearless. I feel like BO's 3 Fearless is kind of fake. You don't really get all those like hype champions, and then just my personal opinion. But BO5 Fearless is a completely different story. I cannot wait to see what the pros would be picking there. As yeah, I think TLN, CFO, Vikings are gonna be in some of these spots. As for the last team who gets here, probably TSV. I'd say, wait, no, sorry, no. Wait, what? Wait, how is this working? Oh, sorry, no, it's like TLN CFO Vikings here, and whoever losing here is gonna be here against likely TSV. So, CFO, TSV, and TLN, I think those 3 teams are gonna be in these 2 rounds on the BO5s. And that's it, that's my prediction. I'm not sure why LOLpedia says that Vikings have already picked SAG. I don't think they have chosen just yet. But I'm gonna be honest, like, that's likely the case. Like, that's likely gonna be the scenario. So, everyone, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for being here. I feel like we have talked about a lot of things. I feel like, it is nice. It is, we had an incredible match today, I feel like. And with this one, I'm gonna say goodbye to you. But not for too long. But not for too long, because we're gonna be meeting once again on Tuesday. Don't forget that the match is gonna be going on Tuesday. So it's gonna be a little bit earlier than usual. And on Tuesday, see you guys with it's not official, but likely with Vikings SAG and TSV GAM. That's likely gonna be the case. You know, I'm gonna be rooting for SAG, even though Vikings are my favorite team kind of right now, but SAG are my team. I'm gonna be rooting for them. It's gonna be probably a 2-0 for Vikings, but yep, I don't wanna live in this reality. Okay, see you guys, everyone. See you, everyone. See you tomorrow. See you on Tuesday. That's what I wanted to say. See you guys on Tuesday. And have fun, everyone. Until then, there's gonna be 1 more video dropping for this match, and there's gonna be 1 more video dropping on like Monday about just the match, you know, like what happened so far, what's gonna be happening in the playoffs, that type of stuff. See you guys Tuesday, and check out the YouTube channel for more content, as well as Twitter and Blue Sky for just the updates. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.